Boom. And we are live.
Sweet. All right. I was waiting for it to come up on my phone. See our pictures come up. There we go. I can see us on the stream. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Four Beardsmen of the Apocalypse, or technically three Beardmen of the Apocalypse. Unfortunately, today, PhD Tony is out sick. He is under the weather.
Yep.
So we hope that he feels better very, very soon. He'll be taking a quick break. But that means we have three Beardsmen and a black void sitting next to me. I'm JL Warren. With me is, of course, Johnny O and Fish Boy up above me, Irish Demon.
That's what I go by.
So how is everybody doing this morning?
Yep.
The fuck was that?
Yep.
I said, how is everybody doing this morning?
Oh, bueno.
Oh, we heard you.
You guys still waking up?
I've been awake
I'm
for
awake.
hours.
Yeah, it's this evening what is it, like midnight over there? 10
It
o'clock?
is not.
What is it? Let me see.
Nah, 9:20 in the evening.
Oh.
So we're off to a roaring start.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you guys the opportunity to say something. You're like,
I know, Johnny O fucked it up. What can I say?
It's like I'm sitting here with a bunch
Johnny O's
of
just like,
fucking.
well, I wonder
wait a
what
minute.
time it is on the other side of the world.
I'm sitting here with a couple of fucking Rockies over here.
Yeah.
Well, you know, man, I don't know.
Adrian.
Yep.
So anyway, Johnny O, over to you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Johnny O from the plot hole here, and I'm fucking tired. No, I'm actually doing really well. I went to bed at like old man time last night.
Old man
which was
time.
Weird. Yeah, 8 o'clock. Golly, it's old man time.
What, in the morning?
Clive Wells, don't give me this. What's that?
Huh?
How would you say?
What? I didn't say anything.
Maybe you should say something.
Are we-
The part where you say stuff.
Yeah.
And these are the people who
Sorry,
don't talk
I've got-
shit about me.
I had a random video playing in the background, so I couldn't hear shit.
Oh, well.
It just
there
came
you go.
on, and
I don't know. I really don't.
He just turned on in the background and said, "Hey, Irish Demon, play with the fishies."
damn right.
Anywho, so we were having a conversation before we came on, and the question is this too early in the morning to address this? Because there's been politically here in the States, there's been a lot of insanity that has been broadcast. I happen to bring up that 46-minute, rant of just insane bullshit that that the Trumpanzee in chief. I can't even describe it. It was absolutely fucking insane.
It was quite something.
It was like he got up there. It was like, okay, that's the asshole that I know and I hate. And then I couldn't tell the difference. It was like he was Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, just up there, just spouting whatever came into his twisted little mind about ballots hiding under rocks and people like taking them out and burning them or what. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but then Irish has to bring up the very scary concept of contingent election, and what is the possibility there that Trump could possibly turn the whole thing to his advantage. And I actually had to look at this. I'm not very versed on contingent elections. So I had to look into it, and apparently there's a lot. It's very, very complicated. But that's
It is quite complex.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
There's
as my
a
screen
lot
blows
of
up.
I'll give a very brief rundown on kind of how it works and Trump's as his team call it path to victory. So basically, with a standard election, how it works, you have proportional representation for most places, especially in a what is it, a democratic republic, I guess, is the
Yeah, that's the official.
Is that the right term? Yeah. It's the official term, I guess. So basically what happens in this scenario, we'll go off this scenario. So currently, Biden is leading Trump. What's the official count, actually?
It's not that Biden is leading.
Let me just get this up so I can give you guys.
Trump. Right,
okay,
so
let me. Okay.
Well, he hasn't yet, though. That's the thing, though.
No,
that's the thing. That's the problem.
They've been certified.
Yeah, those.
Oh, they have.
Okay. A contingent election is a contingent election is a procedure used to elect the president or vice president in the event that no candidate for one or both of those offices wins an absolute majority of votes in the electoral college.
Right.
It's decided by a special vote of the House of Representatives.
So he would have to. Show that not only that
basically.
So you brought up the Georgia thing. Hang on, you brought up the Georgia thing. Talking about that.
So he'd have to flip Georgia.
He would have to flip Georgia. He would have to flip.
So I think we might have a delay. Do we?
Flip. What do you mean between the two?
So he would only need 3. So he'd need Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Nevada.
Right, which aren't going to happen because he can't prove any. Oh, did they? He can't prove any. There's no evidence of massive voter fraud in Pennsylvania. None whatsoever in Nevada. The only one he has any kind of pull for is Georgia, and I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be enough there that's going to get anybody to get us into.
I think there is. I think there is for Georgia.
No. Okay, so looking at the map right now, again, looking at what is currently.
Let's say, hang on a second. Let's say he goes and says, "Okay, Georgia, we can flip that one." He still loses because he can't flip Pennsylvania and he can't flip Nevada.
Yeah. So currently, right now, as it stands, and I'm looking at the current map, with Georgia, with Georgia it has Biden, Pennsylvania has Biden, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona. Okay, he cannot flip Pennsylvania. He cannot flip Wisconsin or Michigan or Arizona. Now, say he does flip Georgia. That's only 16 electoral college votes. The current certified count is 306 to 232 with Biden winning it. Even if Biden loses 16, that still puts him over the 270 and doesn't put Trump, but only gives Trump 248, which is still not enough.
Right.
So yeah, even if he takes Georgia, it still wouldn't give it to him. 36. 36. So, even if he took Pennsylvania and Georgia, he still wouldn't have it.
No, he'd need 3. He'd need Nevada as well,
which he's not going to get.
But here's the thing, right? So what's been going around in the political circles over the last couple of weeks is this has only ever happened once ever, as far as I'm aware. Something to do with John Quincy Adams. It was like a 4-way thing. And basically it has a knock-on effect. So if one state flips, then there's a higher likelihood of other states flipping. Again, I don't think he's going to be able to flip 3. But here's the problem. Here's the big issue that a lot of people are talking about in political circles. Now, I wish I could remember what it's called off the top of my head. I would have to go and check it out. But basically, Trump can call upon one executive order. And again, I wish I could remember. I spoke about it twice today already. But he can call upon one executive order where he can essentially just call a halt to the election. Because if he can prove that there is foreign interference at a large enough scale to cause an issue, like Georgia, for example, if he can prove that there's a foreign influence there, or if he can prove that there's an insurgent influence there, then he can actually halt the results of the election. I'll find out what it's called so we can look into it more. But here's the problem. If he does do that, right? Yeah, he might technically win, but he's now completely divided the whole country more than he ever has before. So what happens? Let's just be hypothetical for a second. What happens in the event that there's a split that he says, nope, I'm not fucking leaving? If he gets the backing of the military, he's just kicked out all of the heads of the intelligence services. He's completely done a U-turn, and he's also got SCOTUS. So what happens?
The Second American Civil War.
We're already in a.
That's not. I'm not being hyperbolic.
No, you're right.
I'm not
I
being
agree.
hyperbolic, and I'm not being doomsday speaker. But that's exactly what will happen, because you'll have
I
you
agree.
have to understand
100%.
that let's say that the 1,000 votes or whatever in the 100,000 votes in Georgia, whatever. Let's say all the votes in Georgia, you still have over 75 million people who voted for Biden that won't stand for this. Some of those people being Republican voters as well. And
Republican electors.
There'd be huge. Right, there's a huge issue there. I don't think he'll get the backing of the military, simply because the military, Joint Chiefs and all, they have a responsibility not only to the public but the Constitution. So that supersedes their responsibility to the president.
Let's see. So I agree with you so I'm looking at this. So
and the fact that he's blocking the NDAA at the moment is not going to be something that the military is going to like.
Okay, so this, could Trump use his presidential powers to declare the results invalid somehow? And could the president leverage his official powers to influence the outcome, such as with an executive order? And the answer is no. That is not something that's going to happen. That is from Ryan Hurl, professor of political science at the University.
I'm sorry, my headphones just made a noise when you said that. What was that again? Sorry, JL.
It said the answer is no. That is not something that's going to happen. That's a quote from Ryan Hurl, who's assistant professor of political science at the University of Toronto. He would immediately be ignored. And even if he tried to use the military, the heads of the military have already stated before the election that basically the president cannot issue an order that thwarted the peaceful transfer of power and expect it to be obeyed. And military officers the head military officers have already stated that they're not getting involved. So they can actually decline to follow that order. And then they have military lawyers who can back that up and say, nope, this is illegal. You can't do this. So every way that he could potentially do it is just more authoritarian nonsense and would not gain him anything. So yes, Trump is
Sorry guys,
done.
Just give me 2 seconds there. These headphones are about to die. I'm just going to go grab my other one. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Well, while he's doing that, and I think I feel good because he kind of scared me with the contingent election thing, and it was something I didn't know very much about. So I'm feeling better now because realize that yes, he has lost. He is gone. We have less than 50 days, and I'm counting every single one of them until when that jackass is gone. Oh, especially after that 46-minute rant. I mean, a lot of people could have said that I hate him because Orange Man bad, and Irish has said that in the past. You just hate him because Orange Man bad because the media wants you to hate him. And sure, the media does want us to hate him. But I want to say some of the media wants us to love him. Some of them want us to hate him. We see that Fox News is quickly turning the corner on that and realize that now the Trump cult is against Fox News because Fox News knows. At least I'll give him this: Fox News knows when to cut bait. They do. They know when to cut bait. Well, when all of it's kind of like they're kind of like Christopher Walken in Batman Returns, when everybody turns on the Penguin and Christopher Walken's character is just like, he just bugs the fuck out. They know that Fox News knows when to cut and run, and it may be last minute, but they'll do it.
I think they're going to do everything they can, though, to try to make it as different. Like Mike Pompeo, when Mike Pompeo was asked, are you and the president going to facilitate a smooth transfer of power? And he said, there will be a smooth transfer of power to a second Trump administration. And then some of the stuff Trump said today in his address, I listened to the whole thing. And he talked about we could come back in 2024. But I don't want to wait that long. We don't need to wait that long. And I'm like, so what are you trying to say here?
No, I think at this point, everybody sitting around Trump they're still on the bandwagon. And even though he's only got, like Fred Knotts just stated, he's only got 45 days left. Okay. Even that, he can still do damage in that 45 days. And that's because the Senate is still. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I was incorrect about the number of votes. It's actually 81 million. And To answer, Professor, yes, more than Obama got, and because of the logger lurgy, because we opened up mail-in ballots, which is a more democratic process. Absentee balloting was opened up, so yeah, that's the reason why there were more. So yeah, it look. I understand that there are people who don't want Donald Trump to lose, but it happened. And we need to swallow that pill. Isn't that what all you
that's
Trumpsters
an easy pill. That's an easy pill to swallow.
Right, but isn't that what all the Trumpsters told us whenever Hillary lost?
Yeah, Hillary lost.
Suck
it up, snowflake.
Yeah, suck it up, snowflake. Yeah, all that bullshit. So guess what? Turnabout's fair play, motherfuckers. You don't like it, too fucking bad. It is what it is. Get over it.
Let's see. And the George said, yes, Little Wolf said, no more orange slug. Fuck that piece of shit.
and the Professor, that wasn't directed at you specifically. Yeah. That was directed at people who are bitchy about the whole
the Trump there are videos out there of the Trump cult in full force, and it is a cult. It has become that, who will believe everything that comes out of this man's mouth is fucking gospel. It's pathetic. But anyway, the George said, what do you think of a possible Trump 2024 run? Do you think he'll be indicted before then? I don't think he's going to run in 2024 because if Joe Biden, which I mean, at this point right now, look, Joe Biden can go nowhere but up because he's got 4 years of course correcting this country. If he's able to pull it off with Kamala behind him, and I'm very, very pleased with the people he's choosing for his cabinet. If he's able to course correct,
surrounding himself with very intelligent people.
He is.
People who have the ability to not just be yes men. They are the people that are going to challenge him when it needs to be challenged.
So, and people who are not like going to like Trump putting a former oil CEO in charge of the EPA. I mean, what the fuck? Come on. So we're not seeing shit like this where, it's just cronyism and, get your friends in there so they can make money, so they can roll back regulations and your companies can make money. It's fucking ridiculous.
Right.
So Biden's got 4 years to course correct this country. I think he's going to do it a hell of a lot faster than that. Now, what's going to play out? I don't know how
it's going to be tough, and I'm going to tell you why.
Domestically, yes, but I don't know how our foreign face is going to come out in this because there is way more damage internationally done than here.
Yeah, but even domestically, he's running into the same problems that Obama ran into, having a Senate that would just flat out says we're not going to help, we're not going to do what you say.
That is if we don't flip it.
As difficult as possible.
Well, that is if we don't flip.
And again, the possibility of that happening is very, very, very slim. So we have to keep that in mind.
Well, it's possible that Mitch McConnell may work with Biden because the two of them don't have a contentious history, and Biden is white.
Well,
yeah, I said it. Mitch McConnell is a fucking racist, so he wouldn't work with Obama because Obama is black. That's the reality of the situation. I'm calling it how I see it. That he wouldn't work with him because he was black. Whatever. But you never know. Mitch McConnell may die. So I said that too.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, let me see what he was saying. 2024. I don't know if Trump is going to be indicted. I know that once he has lost executive power, the Southern District of New York is going to come after his ass, and I think it's going to be absolutely hilarious. They're also going to come after his kids. They're going to come after Ivanka. Mostly it's going to be for tax shit. And if he does go down, if he is indicted, it's going to be some Al Capone style shit. They're going to get him on tax evasion. And basically, the government didn't get their slice of the pie and they're going to fuck you over it because that's what the government does. So if it's going to be anything he goes down on, it's going to be that. Now, if he is somehow able to dodge that, and which I don't know, it may turn out to be like serious fucking fines. You're talking, how old is he now? Is he 70 what? 73?
72.
Something like
72 years old?
72,
that means
I think he turned 73 within the next 6 months.
That means he's 76 years old when Biden goes up for re-election. Okay? That's given that no other or he's 74 right now?
Oh, he's 74.
Okay, that means he's 78 years old when Biden goes up for re-election. And that is saying that the Republicans did not find another younger, hot-headed, red-blooded American to go after Joe Biden's seat. Someone in their 50s or someone in their 40s or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Mike Pence.
Someone else. Mike Pence could jump up and be like, I'm going to go for the seat. VP Biden over here won it. How about the potato-eating, mother-calling milquetoast motherfucker who's going to be like, I'm going to come up and be the president next. So in that respect,
I don't think so. And here's the thing. And I think this is what the Republican Party needs to understand is they need somebody who is a little bit different than what they've thrown up. And it needs to be somebody
they need to
be right. Yeah, they need somebody that's going to be a little closer to their
more progressive
their center base. Yeah, somebody who's going to be a little bit more progressive, but still represent the core conservative values.
Yeah.
They're going to want somebody who's a little younger too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, guys.
The Republican Party. Hang on a second. If the Republican Party is going to win in 2024, it's going to be with a younger candidate. Yep. Younger than Biden, maybe somebody in his 50s.
Don Jr.
And Andrew Yang.
Unfortunately, Andrew Yang, it will not be a Republican.
Oh no, I thought you meant somebody younger than Biden, that the Democrats.
What about Don Jr.?
No, I said that's unfortunate. If Don Jr. gets put up, then there's going to be a lot of salad.
That will be hilarious.
It would be amazing.
Johnny, can you turn yourself up?
It would be a shit show.
Can you turn yourself up a little bit? You're coming a little quiet.
Can I ask you guys this? Do you reckon if let's just say all goes to plan, eventually I hope that Trump will just go, okay, I lost. And because he's making a fucking idiot out of himself, and he's making conservatives look bad, I think, on the whole. And now you're starting to see conservative congressmen and senators moving away from him, especially state senators, are like, fuck this. I'm not dying on this hill.
Yeah,
and
it's a bad hill to die on.
It's a bad hill to die on. They're like, I'm out of here. And I get it. I'm with them there. But here's the thing. Do you guys reckon if all goes well, we see Biden in there in January, do you think he'll do a second term or he'll try? Because he'll be he'll be 82.
He'll be up there as well.
Biden will. Yeah, he will go for a second term, but
you reckon?
I don't.
Yeah,
I think he has to. He has to go for.
He
has to go for re-election.
He'll be there as a point of just like, this is what I'm going to do. But I don't think Biden. I don't think Biden would throw a hissy fit if another Democrat took his place.
Stood up. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like if another way, like if they ran again, and then all of a sudden there were other people like Andrew Yang wanted to run again, or somebody. I know Bernie's not going to do it again; he's just too old. But say like Andrew Yang or
millionaires and the billionaires.
And if one of these individuals popped up, if one of these people popped up, I don't see Biden being like, "Oh, this is crap," These
come on, man.
He's not going to do that stuff. He'll be like,
"No, I don't think so."
I could see Biden advisor to the president and shit like that. I don't fucking know. But the reality goes, when it comes to Trump, I think Trump will be way too old. He's in 2024. I don't think he'll have, because of his age, he's getting up there in Bernie territory. No, the Republican Party would not back him again, even if he threw his hat in the race. He's too, especially after the next 4 years, because it's not just going to be 4 years of course correcting America. It's going to be 4 years of shitting on Trump's legacy.
Yes.
And you take another 4 years because
hang on a second.
Once Biden is in office, okay, and things start course correcting, the American people are going to see all of the slimy little details that get uncovered from his time in office. All the little things are going to start coming out once we start uncovering them, because who is not going to make that public? Trump did this. Trump did this. Trump did that. Oh my God. Biden's not going to say anything, but I'm telling you, the cabinet around him and the administration around him will. It's like, can you believe that Trump did this? And it's going to be nickel and diming until the guy has lost all credibility whatsoever. Not to mention, he could be indicted, but if he's not, he's just going to be the cantankerous old man who got a one-term presidency by sheer fucking luck. And
who was the last one-termer?
It's not happened often, but
it doesn't happen
often. Here's the thing, JL.
Yes, sorry.
If you have people that if that happens with the Biden administration, that's how he undoes his own credibility. What he needs to do is just do the things that need to be done to get shit fixed. We don't need to sit there and try and drag Trump through the mud, okay? Because all that's going to do is make Biden look like a fucking mudslinger, or anybody who's around Biden. It's just going to make them look like petty mudslingers. If you want to effectively move forward, you know what? We all know what Trump did. We all know what Trump is. We all know what Trump was. Let's move forward and let's see what we can do to fix it.
Yeah.
George H.W. Bush. George H.W.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because yeah.
Before that was Carter. Before that was Ford, Hoover, Taft. God, he was a big man.
Well, so there was a few. Okay.
Harrison, Van Buren.
Yeah, Taft was a bear, man.
John Q, John Adams, and that's it. So here's what I think. There's just a few points I'd like to make. So I definitely echo what Johnny says. I hope, and I think he will, because Biden has pointed it out, that when he goes into office, it's not going to be basically a fuck Trump presidency. It's going to be okay, let's get things back on the road. Now, a lot of right-wing commentators have said things like, "Oh yeah, but Biden spent the last 6 months talking shit about Trump." It's an election. That's what happens.
Yeah. You can say the same about what. Yeah,
you can say the same about what Kamala said about Biden in the primaries. You know what I mean? It's just part of the game. So I do hope he'll lock it down. I hope he'll try to mend bridges, try to bring people together. He is definitely much more of a populist, I think. So I think he will play to more people, whereas Trump is much more divisive. The other issue that I see happening here is with people on the right, if they flip Georgia, and that's a big if. It is not enough to win the election, whatever. But here's the problem. And I think this is what Trump is getting at here. He's not trying to win this election or trying to win the contingent election. What he's trying to do is destabilize things more. Because if he's able to point at Georgia, which is being flipped, let's say hypothetically, he'll be able to point at Georgia as a calling card and be able to say, look at what they did in Georgia. This is what they did everywhere else. And all of his supporters, 70 plus million, not all of them, a lot of them will go, God, I wish I didn't vote for him. But a lot of them will be like, oh my God, yeah, this election has been stolen. So you're talking about, he's trying to leave a sour taste in people's mouth to unravel Biden's presidency before it even begins. And I hope Biden will go in there. And if there is proof of election fraud, that Biden will go after those people.
You see,
because
here's
that's
my
his way of saying, that's just one sec. So that's his way of saying, okay, yes, there may have been some voter fraud, but we're going to fucking deal with it so it doesn't happen again. And if he does that one thing, I think it will mend a lot of bridges where people will go, well, I can respect that. At least he's dealing with it. If he just denies that anything happened, if it's been proven to happen, then he's going to make a big mess for himself. If he comes out and says some fucketry went on, we're going to deal with it. We're going to make sure it's not going to happen again. Then I think he will gain a lot from the other side. And that's what I hope. That's what
here's the problem. And I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of a judge. If I'm sitting here looking at the situation and be like, okay, so we have a situation in Georgia. The first question is, if they legitimately rigged the election or falsified the election or did whatever, cheated to get Biden the win in Georgia, why didn't they also do it for the Senate?
Yeah, that's the thing that is really because in all honesty, the most important part of this last election cycle wasn't the presidency, because we could have easily defeated Trump had we taken over the Senate, and Trump still be in office. He would be a powerless president. Duck. Well, more than just a lame duck. I mean, it would be comical how
limp dick.
Yeah, well,
yes, it would be pathetic. Watching him try and like who was it who described it? And like Anderson Cooper said, like a turtle on its back in the hot sun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. And the George said, question for the panel. Do you think that the ideological divide can be remedied without a massive zeitgeist shifting event, such as a second civil war or similar national tragedy?
Nope.
No. I think that this ideological divide has always been here. And The problem is that the vocal minority on one side never had the never had the justification to stand up in the way that they are standing up now, because they didn't have representation that basically justified them to stand up and be the way they are. I think that it will go back to being quiet. They will slink back to their holes and their little corners of the internet, but ultimately it will not go away. It will take like a zeitgeist moment to get rid of that. But I think the only reason we're hearing from them is because Trump gave him a call to jump up and voice. It gave them a voice, and now they will go. Now slowly but surely, very quietly, they will slink away, just like they did after all the major events, after the civil rights actions, and after the civil rights movement, after Reformation. They jump up and then they slowly go away.
Yeah, legalization of gay marriage, etc., is the exact same thing.
Yeah,
everybody said they're going to go up in arms and blah blah blah, and they never did. But can I just a little bit of a thought experiment here? And this is actually not from me. This is a friend of mine who is a conservative, and he lives in the US. And we had a chat about this the other day. He didn't want to come on the show. He thought, not on this show, on my show. He thought that he'd get attacked or whatever. I told him, people who watch my show are chill. Now, this guy, he's a really, really nice guy. He always considered himself a centrist, and then he became a police officer, and because of how he was reacted to as a police officer, he changed his mind. But now he's getting a lot of backlash from the right, and he's very confused or whatever. But anyway, here's the thing. I found it hard to put myself in his shoes because, again, I probably said it a million times if I've said it once. On the political spectrum, I'm very much a very left-leaning libertarian, so I'm very much of the left and a libertarian, and so it was kind of hard for me to put myself in the shoes of a Christian conservative, especially on matters relating to abortion, gay marriage, etc. It's just not something that I can put aside, I guess, and think about it differently. But anyway, he said to me, and I think he made a very valuable point, whether you agree with him or not, it's still a very good point. He said, put yourself in the shoes of a conservative in America right now. Whatever the reasons for it are, they feel like their voices have been choked by social media, with, their, I guess, what would you call them? Their figureheads being censored and all that stuff. Regardless of the reason for that censorship, they feel like they're being silenced. And now on top of that, they feel like the election is being stolen from them, especially with all of the coverage of riots and stuff like that. A lot of them say that it feels like it's gone out of control and that they're being left in the lurch. And I tried to explain to him.
Yeah, but that's because you've got an asshole at the top who's pushing that narrative.
No, I know that, but that's the thing. I'm saying, aside from that, they obviously don't see it that way. So if we were to put ourselves in their shoes, how would we feel if, let's say, anybody of the left was being stifled by social media, if the election was stolen, again, as they genuinely, conservatives, a lot of them genuinely believe this election has been stolen from them, how would you feel? I know I'd be pissed. I'd be freaking out because I'm able to look at it with a cool head because I'm not on either side as such. It's easy for me to go, oh, well, I can see there's clearly some irregularities here, but at the same time, like 70 million votes.
Here's the thing. We can kind of already gauge how we would feel, or how the Democrats would feel based on what happened 4 years ago. So this voter fraud bullshit. This is not new. This shit happened 4 years ago, except it was the reverse, and it was Russian meddling, which there is mountains of evidence to substantiate that claim. Whether it was more or less than it always has been, that's up for debate. So there were a lot of liberal voters out there who were very upset that staring in the face of obvious interference, Russian interference, be it because Trump did it or Hillary did it or whoever. You know what I mean? So there was that, and we had to look at all the evidence. We had to take a look and see what really went on. We still don't have all the answers to that, but we do know how the left would respond in that situation. They went grassroots, started building up their base, and churned out 81 million voters for the next presidential election. which is how you're supposed to do it. That's what you need to do. If you think, I mean, again, if you can prove that there is widespread voter fraud, then absolutely we need to address it. 100% agree that it needs to be addressed, be it for or against whoever. Don't care. It needs to be addressed.
I agree.
But if all we're saying is, hey, there's one lady in one state who did some shady shit, but we can't prove that anywhere else.
Exactly right.
We're kind of par for the course here, aren't we?
Yep, we are. And you and I and JL, and I'm sure most of the chat can agree 100% on that. I agree, absolutely. But you're talking about, for a lot of Trump supporters, you're talking about low information voters. I know Trump likes to use that term about the left, which is kind of ironic, but his voters are low information. Donald Trump could go up there right now on the stage and make up an act. Let's call it the Fish Tank Act. He goes, I'm going to repeal the Fish Tank Act. And they would all scream and cheer with no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Agreed. And that's the kind of stuff where these people, Trump, all he has to say is they stole the election, even if there was zero proof of any description. And they go, yeah, they stole the fucking election. And they'll lose their damn minds because they're passionate, right, but they're low information voters. They don't fucking know what's going on. You ask any of them something about like let's say the Defense Act, or like what Trump is holding up right now, which as I said in my video the other day, I think is an absolute disgrace that he's trying to cause all this issue with 230. Everybody agrees Section 230 needs to be reformed, except for big media, obviously, because they want it gone, because then they get back control of the media. Because big media lost out big style to social media. But yeah, anyway, it's just a big clusterfuck in technical terms.
That's a big,
clusterfuck.
That's that obviously is the next big segue, is going from what we were talking about. Like I mentioned, the damage that he could do in his final days. And one of those is holding up the NDAA, or threatening the NDAA, and pretty much the pay raises for all of our working servicemen and women, and it's a bill that has passed every year for the past like 56 years, and this asshole is gonna be like, I'm holding it up and no one's gonna get their pay raise if you don't like fuck with Section 230. And the fact that he's doing it, and I think everybody realizes he's only doing it because of how it has affected him. This is a this is a lash out moment that big tech destroyed my chances for re-election, and now he's lashing out at big tech by going after Section 230.
Exactly. Like I said it in my video. I don't know if the chat caught that video, where I think what he's doing there is the big ask, where he doesn't actually want to repeal 230, because that would just be stupid. I don't know why somebody who's addicted to Twitter and it's his main means of communication would want to get rid of it.
Want to get rid of it.
So what I think he's doing is he's saying,
I gotta let the dogs in.
Is that a euphemism? Or
no, my dogs. I just heard my dogs bark. They need to come inside.
He's going
for it. He needs to go take a shit.
Yeah, he needs to take a shit. Although he did say leave the dogs in, so maybe it's a ripcord butt plug type situation going on over there. But yeah, I don't understand why he would want to repeal it. There's no real reason why he should repeal it. I think he's asking for a repeal, so they say, okay, pass the NDAA and we'll reform it, because 230 needs to be reformed. There's no question. It's a law that was passed 25 years ago to protect people who made these like obscure online forums that you had to sign into and use a handle and all that shit. It wasn't designed for what social media has become. So yeah, it definitely needs to be reformed. But repealing 230 is one of the stupidest things that he could do. And that's saying something.
All right, so here's what we need to think about. With the advances in social media and what social media has become from where it started, right? So if we remember the early days of the Facebook type era, right? So we go back to MySpace. Do you think that it was designed to be a deliverer of news information?
Not at all. Not to the level that
or
it
is this
now.
just like a right? So this is just a byproduct of what you can do with social media.
Exactly right.
So
exactly right.
now, right. So with that being said, where is the responsibility on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, etc., to provide unbiased, fact-checked moderation? Is there a responsibility on these guys?
I think that's a very interesting question because here's the thing, right? One of the arguments that comes from a lot of people, and this comes from the left and the right, one of the arguments is they're a private corporation, they can do what they want. They're neither responsible nor anything else for what people put up. That's what Section 230 is there for, to protect them from that. So if I put up something online saying, oh, look, this is a picture of Donald Trump clubbing a seal to death, and it's clearly not. It's clearly, an altered image or whatever. They won't be held responsible for that.
But there, hang on a second. So there are things that we can talk about in that realm. Like if it's obviously fakery or obviously it's satire, that's one thing.
Okay, that's probably a bad
example. We're talking about
you know what I mean.
Sure, but we're talking about things that could be that are believable. You know what I mean? Like Trump takes Trump. Exactly. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It was something that's believable.
Stuff. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. No, I agree with you there. So here's the difficulty we have with that, right? One of the arguments that I hear the most is, well, they're a private corporation. Okay, fair enough. But here's the thing. A lot of people go, you can go out on the street and say whatever you want, but they own the street and they control the street. They control who's on the street and they control who says what on the street. Because one of the analogies that I used was when people say, well, if you don't like it, go set up your own social media platform. That doesn't work. That's not reasonable.
Yeah, that's such a
if I don't like how my hospital acts, go set up your own hospital. It doesn't work that way. You're talking about the biggest companies that have ever existed since the East Indian Trading Company or whatever. So it's not reasonable. I get it, they're a private corporation, but they have adopted this responsibility. And if they're going to moderate people, then it has to be with some controls in place. Because I think it's fair to say, regardless of what's right or what's wrong, social media companies are vastly left-leaning, like to an enormous amount. Now, a lot of what comes from the right is...
I thought Zuckerberg was a Trump supporter, wasn't he? Isn't Zuckerberg a Trump supporter?
Quite possibly, but here's the thing: when you have your teams of moderators, and the vast majority of them are, millennials or younger, there's a high likelihood that they're going to be on the left. There was a metric recently of what controls were put in place, and it was like 80% in favor of the left or whatever. So it is. I think it's pretty standard across the board that it is kind of left-leaning, regardless of what their independent views are. Like Jack Dorsey was grilled on Joe Rogan by Tim Pool about, so for example, there was a post put up by, I think it was an Antifa person, that it was all about killing certain people and all this horrible stuff, and it was never taken down. And so to test it, some people on the right put up a similar post with fake names or whatever, and it was instantly nuked. And so, yeah, there was a load of things like that done. And I think when it's clear that half of the US, because let's face it, it all goes based off what the US believe at the moment. If it goes off that metric, then there needs to be some more oversight. You can't have huge corporations controlling the flow of information like that.
Exactly. That's the reason why I say, wouldn't it be more beneficial to have a truly unbiased, or at least a panel of unbiased opinion, to determine whether... I mean, there are certain things that need to be removed from social media, right? We can agree. We can all agree that there are 100%. Certain things that have to be taken off. Those posts that Donald Trump, I don't know, eats babies for breakfast. or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, come on now. That's okay, we get it, satire and whatever. But those
I
ones
don't
that
know.
we're talking about,
I've never seen him not eat a baby for breakfast.
Exactly.
Okay, but hang on a second. But that's one of those examples of what we were talking about earlier. That's easily we're like, get the fuck out of here. That whatever. I mean, as much as I despise what the guy's about, come on, that is not easily believable. But when we start talking about things like Trump in nuclear arms deal with Russian operatives,
or Trump,
but
picture
because
of Trump with hookers or whatever, that kind of thing is more believable.
That's just Trump with his wife. What are you talking about? She's not a hooker anymore.
Getting pissed on in a Russian hotel.
I find that so hard to believe. I find that one hard to believe because he's a known germphobe. So for me, it's like, well, I wouldn't do it.
Maybe he wasn't pissed on. Maybe he just paid
sterile.
to watch him. Maybe he just paid to watch them pee.
That's a good point. And yes, urine is sterile, and I like the taste.
So there you go. Sterile, and I like.
But
the taste.
I don't. Sterile, and I like the taste. Anytime ever.
Anyway,
hear the
so
word
what I'm saying is,
isn't
there
what
some?
Comes to my head.
Yes, automatically goes there. That's one of the necessary. Is it necessary that I drink my own?
I like how it starts warm and then it gets cold.
Oh my god, that's so gross.
Anyway, so what we're talking about here is more the. You guys are killing me. It's more the nuanced stuff that needs to have some sort of review.
Sorry.
Fucking guy. It's the orange shower.
If you ladies could drink a lot of Tang before we do this.
Oh, stop.
That's how he gets that tan. That's how he gets that tan.
No. Make me orange. Make me orange. Not the eyes.
Yeah.
Wait. There we go. Get the little tan things, the little tanning goggles on.
Yeah.
And his little tanning bikini.
Tastes like Space Force.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
What have we done? And on that bombshell, good night, lads and lasses.
No, but okay, so back to the point. It's those nuanced things that do you think that social media has a responsibility to, again, provide non-biased fact checking on that, whether or not, because those things, it has been shown that social media does influence people.
I don't think I don't think that it's their responsibility, but I think from a strictly corporate standpoint, social media is not journalism, and journalism is held to a higher standard. Having worked very, very briefly in journalism, doing reporting and something, there's journalistic ethics are very, very high. Now, social media is a completely different beast. That's a private company. From a corporate standpoint, they have no requirement to do so. They could allow just whatever they want on their platforms. However, from an ethical standpoint, when they see that what they have, the product that they have, and the influence that the product has, there is an ethical argument for regulating what is out there to try and keep the peace and basically stop flame wars that could result in actual stuff going on out in the world, like people like the stuff that we've seen go down in other countries where social media has been used to rally up violent action. Yeah. So I've seen them do that. So yeah, ethically, it is their responsibility. From a legal perspective, it is not. So seeing them stand up and regulating Trump shit, that's a good thing, because they don't have to do it, but they should be doing it, because it's misinformation. People are getting the wrong idea. People are going out and doing insane shit because of the stuff that they're hearing.
Absolutely. I use my mom as a benchmark. Like, my mom is a very well-educated, very intelligent lady, right? But she doesn't seem to know the difference between real news and what she sees on Facebook. So, for example,
I got hit by the Thanos snap.
You did. What the hell? What's going on here?
The way I use my mom is You're so fucking weird. The way I use my mom as a benchmark is if an intelligent, educated lady shares something on Facebook that says something like, "If you don't share this, Facebook will share all of your fucking private stories or whatever." I'm like, "Mom, for fuck's sake, stop sharing the shit." If she can believe that crap on Facebook, she's like, "Well, it doesn't hurt to try." I'm like, "No, it does hurt. It's fucking stupid. Stop doing it." If an intelligent, well-educated woman sees something like that on Facebook that she believes straight off, what else would she believe? So I do believe that there needs to be some level of regulation for sure. And the analogy I use is whatever you can say legally on the street, you should be able to say legally online. And if I go out on the street,
Damon, I'm sorry to interrupt, dude. Johnny, okay, there we go. Now I'm gone. Okay,
there
I
fixed it. Yeah, no, I fixed it. I tried to refresh it. Yeah,
I was looking like the locked version of Cinemax over here.
Your camera was on shrooms or some shit.
I think I see it.
But anyway, so oh my god, no, that's just your head. It's like a nippleless titty. But
it so is. She took it so short. She really did.
You're damn right she did.
For anybody out there, yes, the gleam is coming off my dome, and I know this is a weird segue, but typically I get my hair cut off. I take my hair down really, really short because I don't like the way my hairline is. I have some scars on my hairline. My hair comes in really, really weird. But she took it down.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah, I know. And then she started like using the I don't know which trimmers they are, but started like really grinding it down to the scalp. And I was like, son of a bitch. It only takes a couple of days for it to come in and, get to where I like it. But still, I have to do the whole like smooth. It's so, oh God, it feels so fucking weird. I hate the feeling of my scalp. But yeah, now it's all like short and everything. So yes, it is like a nippleless titty.
It is.
You think like a C cup? I think it's like a C.
I think that's got to be a D right there.
I think it's a D, maybe a D cup.
Head, that's got to be a D. It's like a Z cup or some shit with that big fat head. All right, thanks for that, Humpty Dumpty. Moving swiftly onwards.
I sound like Cousin Eddie from.
He's talking about He's talking about the plate they put in his head.
What you're talking about.
I can do.
Wait, this side over here, nothing.
Look, you can't even tell the difference.
Oh,
my
goodness. That was good.
Anyway, leaving the fucking commander-in-chief behind. I think we're just gonna have to wait to see what happens there. What is he laughing at?
I was laughing at Johnny because. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. There we go.
You've never seen Christmas Vacation, have you, Irish?
Have you not seen it?
No, sir. No.
Holy shit.
What? All right, so the second we're done with this Beardsmen, right? You need to...
Let's go back. Let's go back to the chat, the just briefly before I go for a quick smoke, right? The fact checks. I think fact checks are probably good. Instead of just nuking what people say, at least it gives people more context. And I think that's a really good idea.
Right.
I agree it should be bipartisan, it should be legit. But here's the problem with that, right? Just like NewsGuard, just like factcheck.org, they are held up in such high regard. At least they were. Now, people are like, hold on a sec, this is bullshit. I saw something from factcheck.org a while back when Donald Trump said something like, and then you had Hillary, and she acid washed all of her emails, all of her surveys, she acid washed them. And it was a fact check. And I thought, oh, okay, obviously there's some missing context here. So I clicked on it, and the fact check literally said false. And it goes through this big long thing that nobody ever reads. And then at the end, it tells you why it's false. And it literally said, Hillary Clinton did not use corrosive material on her servers. That is literally the fact check because he said acid wash. So you got to be careful with fact checks. You have to actually read them because you can't trust them either. And just depends on who they're coming from. That's the most important thing. There are some, I trust NewsGuard personally because, I think they're genuine. And I actually do watch a lot of news throughout the day. So I do know kind of who's being legit and who's not. So, but yes, just bear in mind when it comes to fact checks, just deep dive. Look for yourself. That's important. If you're talking about a video and there's a 5-second clip of Donald Trump saying something and you think, oh, what a dick, go watch the actual video. That's why I always watch it in its entirety for context. And likewise with Biden, like the whole thing when Joe Biden was like, I'm a proud Democrat running for the Senate. And then everybody on the right was like, oh my God, he doesn't even know he's running for president. Watch the full video where he says, I was a proud Democrat when I ran for the Senate. I was a proud Democrat when I ran for the vice president. And now I'm a proud Democrat running for the president. Perfectly coherent sentence that makes perfect sense. But if you take a snippet out of it, it sounds like, oh, I'm running for the Senate. And it makes him look like an old man. So watch the whole fucking thing. Anyway, I'm going to go for a smoke because I'm getting worked up here. I'll be listening.
He's getting worked up. He's going to go outside and he's going to go punch a puppy.
You know, I hear him echoing in my headphones.
Is that a bad thing?
This is just a little too much Irish demon.
It's a little too much Irish demon.
That sounds like a you problem.
It might be a you problem. It might be a you problem. So Craft Tequila brings up a fair point, talking about John King as the actual hero of this election, and I would tend to agree. That guy got like 2 hours of sleep during the entire election process.
So you have to fill me in. John King. I hate to.
John King. He was a CNN graphics guy. He was the one who would go over all the different routes to path to victory for both sides, for both Trump and Biden, with the map and show us where here's where it is and whatnot.
Okay, but
so
the guy, he's the anchor of Inside Politics and their chief national correspondent based in DC. Okay, cool.
Right. But I say 2 hours. He probably got... Nobody cares, John King. Stop trying to make yourself seem humble and come from humble origins. No, but this guy, fucking hell, man. He was on damn near every CNN segment. Like, you would have the anchors that would, they would switch out every 3 to 6 hours. But he was there for almost every single one of them. The guy never slept. Same suit, looking nice, speaking articulately. Could never tell that he was, sleep deprived at all. So, yeah.
Like you?
Here I am talking about sleep deprived. Yeah, fucking hell.
Let's see. And the George said, I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions, which you are not. You can always ask as many questions as you like, and hopefully we won't miss any. But do you guys think the fear-mongering from the media is a symptom or a cause of the us versus them American political mentality? And I think it is a symptom. It is the media getting towards where it is right now with the advent of the internet in this online age, capitalizing on what was already there. So they finally have the ability to jump on anything in a heartbeat. And once stuff starts gaining, national attention, once this fervor starts rising, they can jump on it and broadcast it direct to you in high def, 4K, in your face, up to the minute. This is what it looks like, and they can show their version of what it is. You because all of them, every single.
But do you think that's because they're trying to influence people, or because they're trying to sell tickets?
Oh, it's sell tickets. It's all about money. It's all about ad
competing.
Space. Yeah, it's all about ad
absolutely
space.
Right.
That is what it's about. It is exactly what we do here on YouTube. It's all about that ad revenue, and depending upon what side is which, they'll always basically the us versus them American political mentality has always been there. Okay, but now it's all in our faces because of so basically the media's gotten the opportunity to just shove it in our faces and be like, this is what it looks like. And because ad revenue is hardcore and it's so intrinsically tied to the internet nowadays, and getting those clicks and getting those impressions, that it makes it basically puts it up there and says, yeah, this is what it is. It's always been here. We've just been ignoring it for a long, long time, but now we can't, because it's on every single YouTube channel. It's on every single television. It's on every single radio. So
yeah.
More of my dog to sleep.
They can just monger. They can monger. They can monger more. They can generate more fear, which they used to be able to do. They can generate even more now because of the advent of the internet.
He is fast asleep. Oh wait, I woke him up. Hello. Just kiss. Oh. Oh, there's a tired face. He had a terrible case of the zoomies today. He was running around all day. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I agree.
Now, Fred Knotts brings up an interesting thing. I think it's the true leaders, the wealthy, pitting us against each other to keep making their billions.
The millionaires and the billionaires.
So
I always find that to be a really funny thing about Bernie Sanders. He used to always go on about it's the millionaires and the billionaires, but now he just says it's the billionaires because he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire now.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I gotta say, right? A lot of people were like, "Oh, Bernie Sanders only says billionaires now because he's a millionaire. He's a hypocrite." Bernie Sanders is 646 years old, right? And he put out a book. He put out a book or some shit, and he made a couple of $1 million. And fuck it, he deserves it, man. Like, he's one of the only politicians that's been out there for years that hasn't become like a multi-millionaire from it. It worries me that a lot of these people make so much money from politics. It's scary. But you know, we had this conversation.
This is what should worry you. This is what should worry you about that. There are very few politicians that get into high ranking political office that aren't already independently wealthy.
Yeah,
very few.
Right. You know, the thing, we had this conversation the other day, myself and a lawyer friend of mine, and we were looking at the newest elected judges in our region, and I would know the majority of them personally from my work and stuff, from when they were lawyers. And it's very rarely the high-ranking, well-paid lawyers because they're making a couple of $1 million a year, whereas a judge makes about $370,000, and that's a problem because what happens is you have all of these really good lawyers who would make incredible judges, who financially they'd be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year if they were to take that office, and so it's an interesting thing, really, to. You know, do you just pay judges more? Is that the answer? Like, it's a tough one. Well, anyway, yeah, that's a different thing, but it's similar, I guess.
Yeah. Crafty makes a good point, and one I was going to make as well. Talk about the 24-hour news cycle. That's an extraordinary phenomenon. It used to be only 1 hour a night. Well, more like 2 to 3 hours a night.
And then morning news.
You had you had morning news, you had afternoon news, and you had evening news. So 4 to 5 hours ish now that it is 24 hours. So trying to fill that whole day. But you know, there is enough diverse news that they could fill an entire 24-hour news cycle with something different.
I think when I was a kid,
who wants to read about who wants to read or watch about the good things they have? That doesn't sell tickets. Feel good news doesn't sell tickets. It's the freaking guy chopped his own arm off and beat his children to death with him. People are like, I gotta watch that shit.
Yeah,
blood sells, man.
Yeah,
blood
it does.
Sells.
It really does. They found that out when they sent reporters to the Vietnam War.
Oh yeah,
Johnny,
absolutely.
Is your eye okay?
Yeah, it's no, but I'll be okay. I'm fine. It's a condition I have because I suffer from sleep apnea and insomnia. So it's a condition. It flares up whenever it's fall, spring are the worst because it's when it's wet and dry, and a lot of bullshit's moving in.
Mine are awful.
Winter,
as well.
summer usually, yeah.
Mine are terrible at the moment too. Just itchy all day.
But it'll be right.
It's horrible. Yeah. So anyway, moving away from this, I guess, for a while. Obviously, we can't go into too much detail without the doctor himself here about our future plans and all that stuff. We won't go too much into the planning side of the things without Tony because it wouldn't be the same without him here, I think. But I don't know about you guys, but I am excited, man.
I'm looking forward to making this happen for certain.
Yay! Yes, I'm definitely excited.
You sure?
Yes, I am. I am absolutely. I'm actually freaking out a little bit, and because
why?
Because I'm nervous. It's something I've always wanted to do, and the idea of me going international is really really fucking cool, especially with you guys and the shenanigans that we will get involved in. Also getting to meet some of our international listeners. That would be really really fucking cool. Getting to see Crafty and so many others. God, we have so many in Europe. Yeah. But well, I mean, I'm nervous about it. It freaks me out a little bit. It's kind of like, because it's change scares me sometimes. It really does. It's kind of like, I'm here, I'm in Texas, I've do this. Okay, I've been to Hawaii, or I've been to this place, I've been to this place. But it's always like, just for a little bit, and then I come home. But the idea of going there and actually engaging, not as like a tourist, I'm going, oh, look at pictures of this, but actually engaging with people and trying to do something big. It's daunting. It feels intimidating. And it's exciting as hell, but it's also a little on the freaky side because it's Ireland, but that's not America. So their ways are not our ways, other than the drinking. Yeah. So the drinking and the cursing,
and even still, their ways aren't our ways when it comes to drinking and cursing.
Yeah. Oh, if I walked into like a liberal bar and said, God save Donald Trump, I'm not going to get killed. I may get chased out of there, but I'm not going to get killed.
You might get chased out of there, yeah.
But if I walk into an Irish bar, and especially an Irish Republican bar,
and say God save the Queen,
I may get shot.
It depends. Like in the north, there's a good chance that there could be shots fired. But I will say this, right, to put your mind at ease, and I think Crafty can agree. I think there might be one other Irish person in the chat. There is nowhere in the world where you would feel more at home away from home than in Ireland, because as soon as you walk into a bar in Ireland and they hear your accent, they'll want to know where you're from. They want to hear all about it, especially if you say from Texas, because they know Texas. So they'll be like, oh my God, tell me all about it. And that's what it is in Ireland. Like in Australia, it's a bit different. Australia is a little bit I find Australia to be very standoffish. Ireland is one of the most welcoming, kind places you could go to. I miss it actually, because you could go into a town that you've never been in your entire life. You go into the bar, you might meet someone at the bar, buy him a drink, and next thing you're best friends. You know what I mean? And that's something I do miss from home. You can talk to anybody about anything there, and people they're just friendly there. I know it's kind of an old trope, like the Irish friendliness, but it's true. Like you go anywhere, even in Dublin, which is, you know how I feel about Dublin. Even in Dublin, you feel more at ease, and people are just so kind and warm and welcoming. And it's the one place in the world that you could go to that you would, as soon as you land in the airport, although to be fair, the airport staff are a bit nasty, but once you meet some people, oh man, you'll never want to leave. It's just the people are so sweet and so kind. And Crafty says she will protect you in Dublin.
I saw that,
because you will need it. You will need it.
Is it true what they say is it true what they say about a Galway girl?
That they're crazy and don't go near them. that they smell of the bogs.
Yes. Oh Jesus!
It is true. Nah, Irish women are
a faint odor of peat.
A faint odor of peat and whiskey, smelling of smoke and strong whiskey, as this song says. But the Galway girls are quite something, that's for sure. I guarantee you guys will just love it there. It's like, it's an amazing place. I miss it every single day. Like you go into the shops here, right? And every single shop you leave in Western Australia, and I don't know how it is over East, they check your bags. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. They check your bags, for example. Nobody says hello. Nobody's warm or inviting here. You got to get to know people in Australia before they're kind of overly kind to you. But when you're in Ireland, you go into a shop, you could have a full-blown conversation with someone behind the counter that you've never spoken to in your life. And it just feels so natural. And it's just a different world. It's just a different world. But you guys will and they'll love you. Irish people always have a thing for Texans, so they'll love you over there. That's for sure.
Well, that's good. That makes me
It'll be
feel
the first time somebody's ever loved me.
better.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, nobody's surprised by that comment. Hey, so the Four Beardsmen, Irish has posted a link in the new Four Beardsmen channel.
So I'm
Just
curious,
the cutest thing ever.
Are we
My dog is
dropping? Are
barking
we
in her
dropping
sleep.
of the? Are we dropping of the apocalypse? Just the Four
Oh.
Beardsmen?
I thought we were always just the Four Beardsmen.
Ah, okay.
That's my bad if that's the case.
No, it's all good. Yeah, it works just fine because we are technically the Four Beardsmen, and then of course but we got PhD Tony with no hair, and then you just cut off your beard.
No, it's not that he doesn't have any hair; it's that his hair is the same color as his skin.
Translucent. Yeah, good old Milky Tony. He's not here to abuse me. It feels weird. It feels uncomfortable not having Tony here to give me shit.
Alien X is trying to do a Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Talking about Pee-wee, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
His little wee's gonna make a pee. Oh, poof, motherfucker.
He's got a bladder like an infant.
Nothing. So yeah, it's gonna be fun going to Ireland.
What are you doing? What are you doing now? Look at this big dog.
Are you talking to dogs now? Jesus Christ!
He came
This
in
is
to
a
say hello.
This is a dog break.
What are you doing? You can't stand back there. I'll get you in a chair. Come on. Go eat your food.
Yeah, go eat your food. The Three Beardsmen, yeah, the Three Beardsmen. Tony wasn't feeling very well today, so. Let's see. Irish Damon will have to explain the quick wave between drivers and pedestrians out in the sticks. It's just politeness. You don't need to know the person at jail. Oh, that's a Texan thing, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, that's something we're used to here. It's always, especially if you're out in the countryside, everybody just, hey, whatever.
I'm getting the sense that Ireland is actually a lot like Texas, like disturbingly a lot like Texas. The only difference is that
Alien
we're
X. I am not a felon. Those charges are still pending. Yeah. So Ireland does sound like a lot like a nicer.
Yeah, the only difference is we're closer to the Wild West than they are.
Yeah. Irish farmers lose their.
While we have this moment, by the way, everybody out there in the chat, I just want to say I am currently wearing my Week in Horror's new limited edition shirt that was done special up. It'll be on the store until the end of this month, and I've got all prices reduced for Christmas, down 40 to 50% off each until the end of the year. So, but this is the new one. Johnny's the artist who did Johnny's artwork for his shirt and
mine.
And his Christmas and his Halloween poster and his Christmas poster. That gentleman, oh God, Johnny, remember his name?
What?
James.
Josh.
Joshua
Olsen.
Why was I thinking Orwell?
Yep.
But yes, Joshua Olsen did the artwork for this shirt, and it's funny because it's got all three. There's Johnny in the middle, and then Alex with his joint, and Eugene, and then of course the zombie me in the background.
Thank you for literally not showing us there, by the way.
Could you not see it?
No.
Hang on.
All I could see was nips. There we go.
It's right there.
Now we can see it.
Yeah.
That rocks, man. Hey, what was that about a wave? I missed. I kind of half heard something about me telling you about waving or something.
No, Crafty. Yeah, so Crafty was talking about the polite wave between pedestrians and drivers. She said you would have to tell us all about that, but that's something that happens here in Texas.
There is a formula, though. There is a formula. If it's somebody you don't know, imagine this is the steering wheel here. It's just two fingers, finger wave. If it's somebody you do know, it's full hand wave. If it's your buddy, you slam your hand against the inside of the windscreen. That's and if it's a priest, you slow down and you give a gentle wave. Hello, Father. And it's pretty straightforward stuff. I can tell you guys, we're gonna have so much fun. I've already spoken to a friend of mine. She's one of the radio hosts of one of Ireland's national radio stations. She's gonna jump on it. And I also have something else in the works with another group. So hopefully that will get a lot of traffic coming our way as well. But hopefully, the Rona will subside a little bit and give us a chance to actually get this done. Hopefully this year, or like next year.
So if it's gonna, if we're talking about September of next year, the vaccine is slated to get. I think they said we need 75% usage worldwide to develop herd immunity.
That's right.
So I think we'll be okay.
Fingers crossed.
So Rodent No Last Name has asked, do you fellas have any opinions on this year's DFOTY award?
Thompson.
I have no idea who or what is it.
Dumb fuck of the year.
Fuck of the year.
Is that who? No, I know what it is. I just don't know who won. I don't know anything about it because
I don't think they haven't picked yet, have they? I normally listen to that.
Is it still going ahead or?
Okay, so Chad, it was Riley who won 2019, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know in the chat if that's correct.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Riley who won 2019.
For peeing on live stream.
For peeing on the live
generally
stream.
Stupid.
So, and I know JM came in a close second because Team was backing JM.
As he should have been.
Yes. Then Kyle, let's see. Kyle Curtis or Nathan Thompson for sure. Voting is open now. For I remember that last year there was a big live stream, and I listened to it while I was work where they were talking about who all the candidates were. All the candidates for DFOTY.
They did that yesterday, I think.
I guess I missed it.
On what channel?
It was on Red Rhetoric's channel, I believe.
Oh, I missed that. I
got a notification for it, but I was busy. I was busy doing Crafty Keela's live stream.
Voting continues. So I vote Thompson, but Jim's mind says I would vote Thompson, but he'd enjoy the attention. He would enjoy the attention.
That's a good point.
He would enjoy the attention. Yeah.
That's the only thing I've always felt kind of. I would say 80-20. 80-20 for against with the DFOTY because it in a way validates these assholes and gives them the attention that they want. A couple of them are happy to win because they're like, yeah. And Nathan Thompson I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this. Nathan Thompson is correct in saying that.
Oh, no.
The attention that we're bringing to him. So, yes, he is a burning car wreck. Yes, he's a burning car wreck in front of a speeding train, but everybody is watching that. So,
I'm hearing you back twice, JL.
I'm hearing you back.
Oh, that sounds like a you problem.
You back.
I can hear you. I'm hearing echo from you.
I got to take that one on the chin, don't I? Also, check Discord.
That's what Kevin Spacey said.
Oh, Jesus.
What have we become?
Everybody, check Discord. Get over to the who, me? Check Discord.
Yep.
Okay, DFOTY. Let me see here. Oh no, that's the
Don't
stream.
read out what I said.
Oh God, I can't.
Hey, everybody, get over to the old Beardsmen, the new Beardsmen channel.
I can't fucking stand her.
Shh. Don't start.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, anyway, I feel so. So Little Wolf brings it up. So many puppies, and unfortunately, my dog's not dogs that can just jump up in my lap and say hello. I actually have like 100-pound animals. That I have 2 of them running around here.
My sister had 100-pound. Yeah, my sister had 140-pound blue heeler Dalmatian mix that thought he was a lap dog, and would literally run from one side of the house to the other just to jump on your lap.
Now, Shotzi used to
My
when she was
goodness.
very, very small. She would jump up on the couch, sit in your lap like that. But now she's 140 pounds, and Jingles is 110. So,
So yeah, just imagine 140-pound Shotzi running from across the room, jumping in your lap.
Shit.
And you would hear it, right? At first, when it never happened to you before, you would know what was going on. You would just hear the, or all of a sudden, fucking gigantic sack of bricks just jumps in your lap. Like, holy!
I hope Crafty
knocks the fucking wind out of you.
not talking shit about my dogs.
Crafty says, J.L. Warren, you have real dogs. This is true. In the event of an apocalypse, my dogs could survive on their own. They don't require.
In the event of me not being home for 4 hours, my dogs would probably not survive at all.
Like I said, I went out of my back. I know I wouldn't have to worry because I went out in my backyard and I saw Jingles take on what I can only estimate to be about a 3-foot long possum, and at 3 feet, they're big and they're fat. And take that sucker on and chew toy that motherfucker. And he didn't kill it. He literally treated it like as a chew toy, like and surprised that it didn't squeak. But I saw him take that sucker.
How's it go again?
Well, my dog once.
Okay. When he gets one, and this is my dog. This is my dog face. He'll grab it and he'll go and he'll like bite at it to try and make it squeak. That's how he treats all of his chew toys. How he treats all of his toys. And he tried to do that to the possum, and the possum is just like. Actually, the sucker just laid there, and he's sitting there like he's got a hold of it by the midsection, just and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna rip that possum to shreds. So I get him away from the possum.
Why aren't you squeaking?
Why don't you squeak? Why are you sleeping? And so I get him away from the possum, and I run, and he comes inside, and he's got like the possum fluff sticking out of his mouth. And I was like, "You stupid dog!" You're like this, Anyway, so I closed the door and I watched outside, and eventually that big fat ass possum rolled over, got up, looked around, like what the fuck ever, and just went about his business. But yeah, I know that the Jingles can catch. He's caught squirrels, he's caught birds, he caught himself a possum. That should the world come to an end. There you go. I don't think I can expect Irish Demons dogs to go out and catch me shit.
Hey, look, my dogs, one of my dogs.
Well, hang on. So Irish Demons dogs, Irish Demons.
Boy.
No, wait. I'm going to defend your dogs. I'm defending your dogs.
What? Defend
no,
them all you want.
I'm defending your dogs. Your dogs are bred to herd rabbits. So
correct. They're also they're incredibly loyal. Like Chihuahuas are amazing guard dogs, as in alert dogs. Like they could hear a pin drop a mile away. To be fair,
those are the best. Those are the best.
Their body is ears. A good 40% of his body is an ear. So, but here's the thing: my dog, my little boy that I was snuggling here a minute ago, he once cried because his squeaky toy squeaked. I shit you not. He got so scared and he hid under my leg. But if anybody comes to buy fish, if they're female, he will just absolutely dote over them. If they're male, he goes ape shit because he was abused in his last house. So he goes ape shit.
Oh.
But then he gets good. But anytime we're in the park, Floki would be the easiest dog in the world to kidnap if you were a female, because I go to the park, Minnie stands like inches from my foot. She does not leave my side. I look around, I'm like, where the fuck is Floki? And he's fast asleep on some random lady's lap. That's just what he does. Anyway, very quickly to the chat. Can anybody explain why Aaron Ra was potentially in the running for Dumb Fuck of the Year?
Was he?
What?
Yes, apparently so. And I don't know why. And it's bothering me because you guys know I like Aaron Ra a lot. So
I'm also a giant fan of Aaron Ra. And
the only thing
I could possibly imagine was because he deuced out on the Nathan Thompson debate, but that sounds like somebody just throwing his name there just to generate drama.
Yeah, it does seem that way, which is not normal for that particular group to generate any drama, but not
at all.
Not at all. No, Aaron Ra. God damn. Maybe I missed something.
You know, and I'm going to sit here, and I know that the DFOTY, that's a Reg Rhetoric thing, isn't it? He's the one who kicked that thing off.
I
think so.
Yeah, maybe him and Fight maybe. Daryl says for agreeing to debate Nathan Thompson, and the George says, Rocks are atheists because of his BS over religion, I think, and doubling down on stupid stuff. What stupid stuff though? I'm not sure what you guys are actually talking about. I'd like to.
So wait. We're nominating. Wait. We're nominating Aaron Ra for DFT for Dumbfuck of the Year because he agreed to debate Nathan Thompson. So that means we have to also nominate Fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic and Professor Dave.
Anyone who's done it, yeah.
Yeah, and anyone who's done it. That's stupid.
I would say because of his BS over religion, I think, and doubling down on stupid stuff at Irish Demon.
What am I missing here? What am I missing?
Wait, hang on a sec. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. He shouldn't have been, but they said he shouldn't have been, but they said that they dislike "Rocks are atheist" quote.
But he's
it's
right
because of the atheist rocks. Well, by technicality, rocks don't have gods, so yeah, they are by definition atheist.
Have you not seen the Neverending Story?
I don't know if the Rockbiter was a theist or an atheist because he never stated, and I'm not going to apply that label to anybody arbitrarily. All I know objectively is he had big, strong hands.
Who? Jesus Christ!
No. Okay. Aaron Ra was eventually not on the list, so he is not on the list. They just brought it up, but I think they're just being. It's because he keeps harping about atheist rocks.
Oh.
I think there's a contextual thing there. I'm just going to go out on a limb.
There's probably a contextual thing that we're missing. Yes.
Yes, there is a context thing there, and much of what Aaron Ra says is context dependent. So I will take that with a grain of salt. But I don't know. After recent events, given that the skank who will not be named is on that panel, I'm inclined to give it less credibility.
Wow.
Red's rhetoric.
JL1 pulling no punches when talking about Red's rhetoric.
Red's is cool, even though.
Oh, you mean Sean Hufford?
Sean, God.
No, I could never diss that man's gorgeous locks.
No, he's awesome.
But no, fucking Irish knows who the fuck I'm talking. Do I have to say her name?
No, you don't, for fuck's sake.
There you go. I'm not gonna fucking say her name. You know exactly.
Irish Demon went proper Irish there. No.
I'm trying to be diplomatic here, and you're just like not getting it at all. Like I mean, it's you're one of those people. You're gonna get us killed. You're one of those people.
There he goes again. There he goes again.
Hold on.
You listen to me, laddie. You're one of those.
You listen to me, laddie.
You listen to me now. You're one of those people. I guarantee it. You are one of those people who go, hey, no, listen.
To me.
You're one of those people where you go, hey, JL, don't look now. I'll wait for JL to stop fucking exploding over here. You're one of those people where you go, JL, don't look now, and you go, and look right at what you said not to just fucking look at. Don't look now, JL. Go look at what?
Yeah, but that's just about everybody, right? You say don't look. With your natural instinct is to look.
If you're an idiot.
Not necessarily.
Those people? What do you mean, those people? Now you listen here, boyo. I'm going to tell you something now. You sit down there and you listen to what I have to say.
Jesus Christ. That was like the time. That is like if you asked somebody, what does an American trying to do an Irish accent sound like? That is exactly it. That is like, oh my God.
Of course it is. I'm trying to
It's like when Americans say, oh my God, he's got a British accent. Which fucking one? There's like a million British accents.
You know the number one Irish, influence I have? Because it's technically not you. Okay, you're number two Irish influence in my life. Number one is Lucky fucking Leprechaun. Okay. Oh,
Yep.
and the Boondock Saints.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's so accurate. Yeah.
You could say her name and then Creftequila says I could say her name and then have 15 videos insulting me. You know what? I actually would invite that because
don't do it.
No. The reason for it is because,
listen to the little Irishman.
Is that Johnny O and Irish Demon and PhD Tony have all been called out for their for various things at some point or at one point or another. There have been assholes out there that have directly targeted them.
Who?
Yeah, or in comments.
Mostly me.
Okay, Irish Demon has been targeted in comments and in videos. Johnny, you've been targeted in comments, and PhD Tony has been targeted in comments and videos. No one has ever targeted me, ever. And I'm
because
feeling
you look like one of Duck Dynasty,
and I'm feeling left out here. I don't know if it's the beard. I don't know if it's the bald head. I don't know if it's because I'm from Texas. And if you put these three things together, it equals like crazy white nationalists. That's not the truth. That's not me. But I want some. I want some shit. Throw it at me. Really? Because I called out some motherfuckers. I called out a fucking Muslim on the internet.
Hey, wait a second. That's not true. Wait. Time out. That's not true. You did get the ire of JM Truth.
I got one comment calling me full of shit. And
okay.
That's par for the course. That's like.
But you got it.
And I'm done. And he walked away. And then he deleted it. He didn't have the balls to keep it up.
Oh no!
Because
George.
What?
Andy George says my only other Irish influence is Jacksepticeye. I can't stress this enough. Fucking hate that guy. I cannot. Because of that ass hat. That's what everybody thinks Irish people sound like. He goes, "Oh, top of the morning to you." Oh, la-di-da-di-da. Oh, you absolute wank. So now when I meet people and they say, "Where are you from? Are you Canadian?" No, I'm not fucking Canadian. I'm Irish. And they go, "Oh, you don't sound anything like Jacksepticeye." That's because Jacksepticeye doesn't sound anything like Jacksepticeye. It's a character. I always get this shit, right? Where people say, "Are you Canadian?" And I've figured it out, right? What it is, right? Is they say, well, you're clearly not American. You're clearly not English. You're clearly not Irish because I don't sound like fucking Conor McGregor. So instantly they go, what other slightly weird accents are there that speak English? Gotta be Canadian, right? Every fucking time, man. Every time.
Can Jocelyn do an Irish accent?
Can you do an Irish accent?
Hey, Munchkin.
Can you do an Irish accent? No. Can you say top of the morning to you?
Top of the morning to you.
That wasn't bad. That's not bad.
That was better than Jacksepticeye, and Jacksepticeye is Irish.
She actually had a little inflection in it. That was pretty good.
She did.
Top of the morning to ya. Which is funny is if I ever got called in to do voice work.
My hair is crazy.
You see? Her hair is crazy.
Just like JL's.
Yes.
JL doesn't have hair. Oh, I see.
So if I ever got called in, the fucked up thing is if I ever got called in to do voice work for an anime or voice work for something like, and they wanted me to do Irish, that is kind of what they would want me to do here in the States.
Oh my God, no way.
They'd want to have that inflection on there so that you can tell that's definitely an Irishman.
Yeah, they want the caricature of an Irish person.
So that it can be separated apart
They
from
want
other.
Darby O'Gill Irishman. That's what
Darby
they want.
O'Gill and the little people. But yeah, that's what they would ask me to do because they just like if it's British, it's going to be like really British. So
it's either going to be the Cockney accent or the proper posh accent,
or the posh accent, or like Australian, it's going to be Steve Irwin.
The backwoods, Steve Irwin, or the Crocodile Dundee,
or Crocodile Dundee,
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. They don't want that slightly posh South Australia accent that you kind of think, is that person English or not? It's kind of like, yeah. I think when people refer to a British accent, they're talking about, oh, hello, like proper
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Queen's English kind of shit. They're not talking about a Brummie. Like Mrs. Demon's dad is from Birmingham, so he's got a pretty strong Birmingham accent. And he talks like that. Well, no, not really. It's not that strong, but he's got a fairly strong Brummie accent. But so yeah, what would you guys? What? Oh yeah, I've been told I actually did a Liverpool accent. Liverpool. What are you doing over there in Liverpool?
But can you do? Okay, we recently had actor Neil Ward on the show, and he's from England, and he does an amazing Tom Hardy, which is pretty impressive. But his what was it? South African gangster? Like
yeah.
Can you do that?
Like from Chappie?
Yeah, like fucking.
I used to do.
Like D Antwerp. Like D Antwerp.
I used to do it so well because in my last job, it was a lot of ex-South African police and stuff used to work there. So we used to do a lot of South African accent stuff, but I couldn't even do it now because their accent is they come from most of my friends come from Durban, which is like your standard South African accent. But I think they come from Cape Town. Don't they? Cape Town?
Yeah.
No, I can't do that accent. I would just sound like
I've never been able.
Accent just sounds like an Australian accent in reverse.
I've never been able to make bruv work. Like
bruv.
It's like the slang for brother. When they're saying bro, instead of saying bro, brov, like. Bruv. And I've never been able to make that word work. It's too weird coming out of my mouth.
That's because you got to do it in a Cockney accent. What, bruv?
Yeah, that's that Cockney thing. Yeah. Okay. Idris Elba does a really good one, actually. He has a really good Cockney accent.
He's a Cockney, right?
I don't think so. Is he a Cockney? I thought he was proper London.
Sure he is. London is Cockney is London.
Well, no, I know, I understand that, but I thought he was more proper London and not.
Oh,
Cockney
yeah,
London.
like Central London kind of accent, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just have it's Sir Idris Elba. Just want to say.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll allow it.
What's the little munchkin saying?
I said it's actually Sir Idris Elba.
I think you have the. I think you and my dad have loud laughs.
She thinks we have loud laughs.
So he comes from the borough of Hackney, which is
borough of Hackney,
Greater London. Yeah, Greater London, I think it is. Yeah.
Mini plot hole.
Is that the Cockney area?
No, Cockney is East End and South London.
That's what I thought. I thought.
Mini plot hole wants to cut my beard.
No, she doesn't.
Everybody wants to see you cut your beard. You should cut your beard off for charity. Ooh, the gauntlet has been thrown.
It's taken years to get it to this length.
Then what's your excuse for your head?
I pulled
it's all gone down to his chin. It's all gone down to his chin.
It's because of buoyancy and density. It's pushed it down like around.
Yep.
Yeah, you kind of look like an upside down troll doll.
That's the truth.
So Road No Last Name said, weirdly, it's the LA Californian accent that is considered the American accent because of Hollywood. So you're not wrong. I know what accent you're talking about. You're talking about that weird surfer accent because of the joke. But it's the accent that I have, which is considered a Western accent that doesn't really tie you to any particular place in the States. Everybody thinks that if you have a Southern accent, you're from Texas, which is not true.
Oh, yeah, no. Clive Wells says, hardly anyone speaks with a Cockney accent. I've never met one. Funnily enough, I actually have met quite a few. I don't know if it's just because of who I know or whatever, but I've actually met a fair few. Like I met one guy before working over here in Australia. He's a Cockney. And not like, oh, fuck, not one of the old school Cockneys, but instead of dollars, he used to say sovs. He was like, oh, we're only got 20 sovs. Like, really fucking Cockney. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
Like you walk out of a Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, isn't Russell Brand kind of have that Cockney accent?
Oh yeah, Russell Brand's got that accent. Yeah, pretty much. Or like Janet Street Porter or Johnny Rotten. Or my favorite is Mickey Flanagan. Mickey Flanagan has the best Cockney accent. He's one of the funniest comedians in the world, but he's got the best I'll tell you a joke. Hold on, there's no little plot holes nearby, is there?
No.
Okay, so he has this epic joke where he meets an American girl, and he's like, so I went around to her place, and you see, in the Cockney accent, when you say somebody's house, you say your ass. Can I, your ass, you live in your ass. He's like, so I says to her, I was like, can I come in your ass? It was just really funny. I'll be in there. I'll just come in your ass. I've done this shit on my pillar.
Theo Fun Guy says Russell is not a Cockney.
Oh no, I don't think he is a Cockney, no, but he's got that typical London accent, I guess.
I think he's got that accent, and it kind of comes off that way because he talks so quickly, and he rambles his ideas so fast that in the speed it kind of takes on that inflection.
Yeah,
because he's actually from, so he's from the other side of London. He's from Essex. So if you ever like Essex girls are kind of famous or whatever, they've got that strong London accent, like
do you know, love?
Do you know what I mean,
love? Yeah.
Or a babe.
Yeah.
What you said, Iris, just popped up in my Discord notifications. What you typed in Discord?
Yeah, but you mean like just between us, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to repeat that.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. No, I mean, I thought I accidentally put it on a public.
No, it popped up in my notification. I just got it. I saw it on my computer, but then it just popped up on my phone. And would you want that?
I would be lying if I said I didn't. I'm just saying. I would be lying if I said that I didn't want that. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm still a red-blooded male. I would be lying to your face.
It's a dumpster. Do you have any idea how many raccoons have been in there?
It doesn't matter.
Whoa. All right. That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, jail, you baldy bitch.
Both of yous. Put you both in timeout.
Fucking testicle head over here.
Well, they are good smooth.
How am I going to introduce you when we go to Ireland? It's like, this is my friend JL, the human testicle from Texas, the Texasicle. That was a stretch.
Yeah, it took you a while to get there.
Just a little bit.
That's what Kevin Spacey said.
Humpty
oh
dumbass.
Jesus. Oh man.
Oh yeah. But anyway, what do you guys
moderate
want to do
them?
what do you want to see?
I want to do all the stuff with everything we can do.
Much as
I
we
want
can.
to see the.
Theo Fungi
really,
says,
I want to see the castles.
North London accent.
North London.
I had a friend in school from North London, and his last name was North. So whenever he'd call his name, I'd be like, "Yeah, my name's Tom North from North London, innit?" Oh, it's like Ali G. He's like, I've got 2 words for you. Keep it real. And he's like, that was actually 3 words. He's like, don't be a spanner. It ain't a real word. It's just short for innit.
Big ups.
Short for innit. I love Ali G.
Big ups.
I think Ali G. Yeah.
I've heard Sacha Baron Cohen on one interview, not in character, and he's the biggest dweeb.
I love him.
He is such a dweeb.
Mike Pennis.
No, he's no. He is a genius when it comes to being able to pull off characters. Because again, when you see all the crazy characters and all the crazy shit he does with Borat and Ali G and all these other fucking guys, and then you see him in his like natural, no character self. Like, God, that fucking guy is Ollie G.
I think
I know, right?
I think the
So-
one that surprised me, the first, I think I could go back and the first one, because obviously we saw him Ollie G, then we saw Borat and Bruno, and then the various characters he's done. I think the one thing that surprised me was, and it was still playing a character, but it was in Sweeney Todd. Because
I've never seen Sweeney Todd because I think Johnny Depp sucks and I don't like musicals.
Well, I was watching that and I was surprised because Sacha Baron Cohen plays a competitive barber. He's competing for I against Sweeney Todd. So he himself is a barber, and he's like, you'll get the fastest shave with me, and they have like a shave off. And the I think it's like it's an Italian accent he speaks with, but he's very flamboyant. He's like, like this, and it's his character. And then later they have a moment where Sacha Baron Cohen's character meets Sweeney Todd. They're in the same room. There's no one else, no audience, and the whole shtick just drops. And it turns out he's from the street, same as Sweeney was. He kind of came up and said, like, he's got the same kind of like muted accent, but the whole like spiel, and I imagine it was very, very similar to that. Is just, like his ability to do that, to move between such extremes, just blows my mind.
I love him in Talladega Nights.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Ricky Booby.
Ricky Booby.
Say you love crepes. You love crepes.
Say you love crepes.
Say you love crepes.
No, I won't say it. You're gonna break my arm, Frenchie.
Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby. These colors don't run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
That's another one of those quotable movies.
I fucking love that movie so much.
Shake
Ali G is one of the most quotable movies ever. I love that at the very start of Ali G in the house where he's like, these women belong to me. And he's like, belong? That is a very sexist way to talk about these bitches. I fucking love that, man. It's amazing.
If you have not seen, Irish, you probably have not seen Black Dynamite, have you?
No.
Okay, that is a movie you have to see. Yeah. Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White.
With White Lightning? Isn't that... No, what was it? Was it Black Thunder in White Lightning, wasn't it? In Major League 2.
Oh, it's been a minute since I've watched that one. Whenever I see that one...
When's the last time you guys have watched Ali G, though?
Oh, God, forever.
Are you like me?
I've never watched Ali G.
Oh, my good God, dude. There's one part in it that
I don't want to fucking hear from you, mister. I've never seen Christmas Vacation. I want to hear it.
I have never
and the George said, just say you like thin pancakes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
This would be acceptable.
This would be acceptable.
There's a really funny part in Ali G where they do like a Chinese whispers line, and he's like, switch on the engine, pass it on. And then it gets to the end and he's like, bitch on a pension, suck my dong.
The telephone game.
I just love that movie. Or like his friend never speaks. He never, ever, ever speaks because he's got a really squeaky voice, but everybody thinks he's mute. And he's like, look out behind you. And he's like, oh my God, you just talked. And he's like, yes, I've always been very conscious about my voice. So, all right, stop giving it all that. It's fucking genius.
Theo Fun, guys. I'm not even trying to pronounce it. A Rossi with two and a splodge? Is that a Rosie or a Rosie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a Rosie with two and a splodge. That's how you say it.
Tea with milk.
But, yeah, I just call it.
Yes, Theoretic Irish Demon has never seen Christmas Vacation, and he wants to talk shit about me not watching Ali G.
Let me look it up.
With Chevy Chase.
Christmas.
The fucking Griswolds, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have so much fucking fun.
Whatever, Americans.
We're gonna need plastic surgery to remove the smiles from our fucking faces.
Oh, that's way before my time, dude. That came out way before I was born.
Doesn't matter. Have you seen Monty Python? Have you seen Monty Python? Okay, go fuck yourself then.
Oh, you way suggested
just give me a second. Monty Python is another one of the most quotable bunch of movies I've ever heard. They're amazing.
Merry Christmas. Shitter's full.
All right, let me put it to you. What's your favorite Monty Python quotes?
I am Arthur, king of the Britons. Who are the Britons? We are. We are all Britons, and I am your king. Well, I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for kings.
So at the Jord asks asks a very important question. Have you seen the Three Amigos?
Irish? Maybe.
For fuck's sake.
Wow.
For fuck's sake.
Maybe, I said. Just give me a second. I'm Googling.
Would you
yeah, I've seen that.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? Yes, El Guapo.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that one.
Finish up.
Oh, yeah, it looks like
it's a mail plane.
Down here with the
Do you know what a plethora is? No, El Guapo.
Maybe I don't have the intellect that El Guapo has, but it maybe thinks that you're angry and you're taking it out on me. It looks like a mail plane. How could you tell? Because of the two little balls.
My favorite scene of that whole thing is when they're summoning the invisible gunslinger, and they're supposed they're supposed to shoot in the air, and Chevy Chase just kicks up and shoots it off to the side and drops the dude's
Great.
head.
Now you've killed the invisible swordsman.
Invisible swordsman.
Yep.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. Just bam.
Yeah. So speaking of Three Amigos, Chris Durham Music Channel and I are working on a song for Blue Marble Science that's based on Blue Shadows on the Trail. Blue Shadows on the Trail. So yeah, keep an ear out for that one. Hopefully, Blue Marble Science will use it.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
He's a very naughty boy. What, you think you're the king because some watery tart gave you a sword?
If I went around saying I was emperor because some moistened bent loft a scimitar at me, they'd put me away.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, we can't risk another frontal assault. What was it again? We can't risk another frontal assault. That rabbit's dynamite. That's fucking brilliant. Run away!
Perhaps if we run away more. Oh, shut up and go change your armor.
Oh, I love the holy hand grenade of Antioch. And we shall count to 3. 3 shall be the number of counting. Not 2, nor 4, but 3.
1, 2,
5.
And you know that's actually pretty funny because it's super relevant now because now all these fucking YouTubers can't do anything without counting to fucking 3.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm surprised.
Jesus
I'm surprised
Christ.
a lot of people can count to 3.
Well, yeah.
What?
You must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with.
So Rib Tickler says my mom's friend had a bit in the life of Brian.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
That'd be cool, yeah. Let's see.
Ask
My
me a
favorite,
question.
I don't know.
Go
Mine
away,
still has
I
to be
will
the
taunt
fart in
you
your
a
general.
second time.
Ask me your questions, Bridgekeeper. I'm not afraid.
Again,
What?
mine would
Is
have to
your
be
name?
the fart in your.
I
You
will
guys have
taunt
been
you
spouting
a
off.
general
Yeah.
direction.
Now
Yeah.
go away or I'll taunt you a second time.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled
And
like
your father
elderberries.
smelled of elderberries. Yep. All right, I guess I figure we got about another 20 minutes here. 20 minutes to get on out of here.
Wow, that would be
Oh, look.
this would
There's
be
some
an early
lovely
show.
fruit over here.
Well, you know, we got to be respectful of everybody's time. Even though PhD Tony's not here right now. It's been 2 hours. We've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, but we typically we go further. I mean, Irish is isn't old and creaky bones and sleepy like PhD Tony is.
I'm just young with
That's
creepy
true.
bones and sleepy. Look, you stupid bastard! You've got no arms. Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Fucking no,
What's
yes, I have.
that? I've had
Just a
words.
scratch.
I've
Your
had
arms
words.
off.
You liar!
I've had
Come
words.
on, you pansy.
Oh, fucking hell, man. That's unreal.
All right. Come
Hey,
on, man.
people, make sure you go to the Four Beardsmen site, YouTube channel, and subscribe to that thing, or you're gonna miss next week's show.
Come on, man.
There's a
What are you
link.
gonna do? Bleed.
Go do
No,
it.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
What are you gonna bleed on?
I'm invincible. You're a loony. The Black Knight always triumphs. How about you?
Which one was it?
Oh man,
I don't know which one
amazing.
That didn't watch the movies. Irish Demon.
was it. Irish Demon didn't watch the movies.
Irish
never
Demon,
watched the
watch all
movies.
those movies.
She says,
I
watch all
will.
those movies.
I will.
She says, she's even seen A Christmas Vacation.
Mini
she's
plot will
6.
burn.
Oh, actually, JL, let's see if you can finish the quote.
Huh.
Who's that then? JL.
From which film? Oh shit!
From Holy Grail.
From Holy Grail.
Who's that then?
Oh, it must be a king
Why?
because he has got shit all over him.
Brilliant. I knew you'd know it. Well, old man. Old? I'm 37.
I'm
Well, I
37.
can't just call you man. You could call me Dennis.
Right, very nice.
Now, look here, my good man. I don't want to talk to you no more. I fucking love that, man.
What manner
Oh,
of man?
fuck me.
What manner of man are you that can summon up fire without flint or tinder? I am an enchanter. By what name are you known? There are those who call me Tim.
Is it Tim?
Tim.
Why did I
Greetings,
think
Tim.
why
Greetings,
did
Tim
I
the
think it was
Enchanter.
Derek?
No, it's Tim the Enchanter.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it
So,
was Derek for some reason.
Now that we have the retelling of all of the Monty Python films, maybe we can move on.
I kid you
Yes,
not.
let's
I
move
kid
on.
you not. I had a friend who could quote that movie from forward to back, every
Start to
single
finish.
line.
Yeah.
Start to finish. You could just ask him to go into it, and he would just boom, 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 the whole thing. He's
Yeah.
seen it so many
Amazing.
times.
Some people have incredible memory.
So let me ask you guys a question kind of on the similar vein. How many of you can hold entire conversations with your significant others entirely in movie quotes?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Actually, yeah.
My wife and I will just
Yeah.
break out in
All the time.
Yeah. Yep. What are your go-tos outside of Monty Python?
Austin Powers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Adam Sandler films.
Hold on, let me consult. Let me consult the head of the house. Actually, let me just see. Actually, here first. Woman, come here, please.
Jesus Christ.
What, you
Just
know
gonna throw a
when we
brick
talk
at him.
sometimes in movie quotes. What's our go-to movies? Austin Powers. Blackadder. Guys, hold on. I'll relay the message because she's wrapped up on the couch. So our go-tos are Austin Powers, Blackadder, Ali G.
Hey, so the chat
Borat.
wants me to tell you that Irish, that your woman voice is really good. Like your ability
I know,
to throw
it's-
your voice and make it sound like a woman
epic.
is amazing.
Anything with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, Clive Wells. That's one of my favorite scenes of that film. Is the
Faulty Towers.
is the duck scene? Is the witch and the duck scene in that? So yes.
They're the main ones. Yeah, Blackadder gets a lot. Blackadder gets a lot from us. Did you guys watch Blackadder or?
I've seen a bit. I've
no.
seen a bit of it. I've seen more Faulty Towers than I have Blackadder because I'm a huge
Blackadder.
I'm a huge John Cleese fan. But then also a bit of Fry and Laurie.
Oh man, I love a bit of Fry and Laurie.
Big Lebowski is a
But
big one.
Blackadder, I can pretty much. You could attest to this. I can pretty much quote it verbatim every episode. Pretty much. We've seen every episode about 1,000 times. And the other thing is another show that I can quote literally every word of is Trailer Park Boys. I love Stephen Fry in Blackadder Goes Forth.
You know, I have to admit, I've never watched any of the Trailer Park Boys.
Blasphemy.
And
I had an opportunity to meet Jim. I had an opportunity to meet Jim and but I can't remember the other one. They played. They were on tour and they played the Rail Club, which
Jim
was
Leahy and Randy?
close to. Yeah, Jim Leahy and Randy, exactly. Had the opportunity to meet those two guys, but they played the Rail Club, and after they were at the Rail Club, they went to the bar that I hosted poker at. And I had finished poker. Poker was done. And I was tired and I went home. And then everybody's all, hey, you should have stuck around because Jim Leahy. And I'm like, who the fuck are those guys?
Jim Leahy. Now, some people are going to call shenanigans on this, and they can, and I don't care. And Mrs. Demon's right here to prove what I'm about to say. Myself and John Dunsworth, for a number of years, that's the guy who plays Jim Leahy, were in very regular letter correspondence. We used to send each other a lot of snail mail, and he sent me a lot of signed stuff, and I sent him some stuff from Ireland, and then sadly he passed away a couple of years ago. So, but we actually were. I don't know if we go so far as to say we were friends, but we were in very regular contact, and he used to message me.
You were pen pals
when I was going through. Yeah, we were pen pals for quite a while. He used to message me a lot when I was very, very sick. He used to message me on Facebook. I've still got all the messages on my Facebook. But yeah, he used to message me all the time to see how I was going when I was sick, and he was a really nice, really, really nice man. Suffered a lot with his demons too, so I think that was a big part of it. But he was just an awesome guy. But he died back in 2017, and it was just a short, quick illness, and sadly passed away. He was an incredible actor. He was actually a classically trained actor. He used to do a lot of Shakespeare and stuff like that. Very nice guy, and passionate about building, and he used to build a lot of stuff out of rocks and stones and things. He was, just a lovely guy. Really great guy.
Funny thing, a lot of those actors are classically trained. That people don't think about it because, who would think that fucking Jim Leahy from Trailer Park Boys is a classically trained actor? You know what I mean?
All right. And then, of course, that's where.
Which one is Jim?
Jim is the old guy. Jim Leahy is the
old guy,
the trailer park supervisor. He sent me. I don't know where it is. You would know where that is, would you? The stuff that John Dunsworth sent me. You have it somewhere, don't you? You'll have to fish it out for me soon, and I'll have a look. He sent me a really cool certificate, like a proper certificate that made me an official member of the Association of Trailer Park Supervisors and Assistant Trailer Park Supervisors. He was just cool. A lovely guy. He was just a really and Pat Roach, who plays Randy, he signed some stuff for me, and they were just awesome guys. And so when I was sick, they were really kind. And
I've only seen one clip from that show, and that was when Bubbles is in jail at his parole hearing, and it just goes the parole the girls on the parole board. It's like 3 of them. They never say a word. He comes in and pretty much just flips out.
That's Ricky.
Is that Ricky?
He's like, well, you can fucking release me or not. I don't fucking care. I'm probably going to sell drugs again because it's all.
No. This is something different. This is the one with the Coke bottle glasses.
Yeah, that's Bubbles. Yeah.
Yeah, that was him at his parole meeting, and getting all nervous and everything. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got a bit of an erection. I get erection when I get nervous."
Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh, but no, I'm not trying to hit on you. Everything will know.
My fucking bird goes like that.
I have to admit that was pretty damn funny. And
he's
wrote it no less names is Princess Bride, the most quotable movie, and it's one of inconceivable. It's one of the most quotable films, and my wife. That's also in our my wife's and I's quotable movies.
But you're not going to like this.
What? You have not seen Princess Bride?
No, sir.
Wow.
Hey, look, listen here, right? I grew up in a tiny
Nope, not gonna listen.
Village.
Not gonna listen.
No internet, no
count.
fucking
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Anything.
Hey,
they used to show that on regular fucking television.
I don't give a. I don't give a fuck if you grew up in a William Wallace hut. Okay, everyone has seen Princess Bride.
Everyone except me.
Do you still live in the William Wallace hut, Irish?
No, but I'm still catching up on other shit. You know what I mean?
He didn't fall. Inconceivable.
Yep. the
Name
Grand
name.
Nagus.
All right, name 10 movies. 10 of your most favorite famous movies, and let's see if I've seen them or not. I'll be genuinely honest.
Okay. All right. So outside of Christmas Vacation and Princess Bride, yes.
Yeah, except for those. Name 10, 5 each, and let's see if I've seen them. Johnny O, you go first.
Caddyshack.
All right, I'm going to look these up. Caddy?
Just yes or
Caddyshack.
no. Have you seen them or not?
Yeah, I think I have. No, I haven't. Sorry, no, I thought it was something else.
Okay.
Nope.
Airplane.
Yeah.
Are we only doing comedies?
I don't know. Are we only doing comedies?
I don't mind. It's up to you guys. Obviously not horror
Alright,
movies, because I've never watched a horror movie in my fucking life.
You never watched horror movies.
Wow.
Okay, so Caddyshack. You have seen Airplane?
I have seen Airplane, yeah.
Okay. All right. The 11th Hour.
Let me see.
I'm sorry, not the 11th Hour. 25th Hour.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
See, that's fucked up. Because I mean, there's obviously I know a shit ton
Sorry,
of horror films.
25th
but you never
Hour.
seen any of those. So
Nope.
Never seen 25th Hour? That's a little more obscure. It's actually a really good film. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's
a good. It's good.
film.
Edward Norton
It's really.
film.
Yep. Well, it's a good
Oh.
Spike Lee film.
Anyway, let's not
Let's
argue
see.
about that. Let's fucking get back to me not seeing anything in my life.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of some good ones. I'm trying to get a little more relevant. You should have seen.
I'm talking blockbuster shit, because there's a lot of blockbuster stuff I have not seen, man. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. JL, what you got? I'm stuck on 3 here.
Go on, JL.
Okay, so I'm having to really stretch my brain because he says he's never seen a horror film ever. So
Okay, how about what about Naked Gun?
Naked Gun? Yeah, I've seen Naked Gun. Years ago, though.
Okay.
Have you seen Independence Day?
There's
Yes.
Have you seen Jaws?
Yeah, when I was a kid. I wouldn't remember it, though, but I did see it when I was a kid. Somebody gets, like, locked in a fucking oven, and... Is that right?
What?
in Jaws.
Is there a part of Jaws where somebody...
No,
I'm pretty
you're
sure
thinking you're thinking Deep Blue Sea.
I was close enough,
yeah.
right? But I think I have seen
No.
Jaws.
No, you're not close enough.
Yeah, it's close
Have you seen Terminator 2?
Yeah, I wouldn't remember it, but I have seen it. Yeah.
Back to the Future.
What about Police Academy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Back.
I've
back
seen
to.
all
How
of
about
Police
Police Academy?
Yeah, I've
Okay,
seen all
and
the
Back to the
Police
Future.
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to quote any of these, but I have seen them. Like
No, that's
Indiana-
okay as long as you've seen them.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Indianapolis Jones. Yes.
Okay. Did you see Inception?
Who's in that? Is that
The Chris
DiCaprio.
Nolan crew. The Chris Nolan crew. DiCaprio, Tom Hardy,
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
No, I'm related to Cillian Murphy, by the way, just so you know. Just putting that out
What
there.
about Blazing Saddles?
Just 2 seconds. Myself, this is a claim to fame here, so I'm going to fucking take this opportunity. Myself and Cillian Murphy.
What about Blazing
share-
Saddles?
Can we share?
He's telling his story.
Cillian Murphy share a great grandmother.
I know he's telling a story.
His
Awesome.
his
What about
grandmother
Blazing
Murphy
Saddles?
Is my nana's sister. So his grandmother is my great aunt.
Sweet. Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
Yes, but again years ago.
Have you
And
seen
fuck
History,
you as well.
What about
History of the World Part 1?
Nope.
Young Frankenstein.
What about
Nope.
Young Frankenstein?
Um,
Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, I love Spaceballs.
Robin Hood Men in
Yep.
Tights.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're
I
men.
think
We're men in tights.
I think
Tights.
it's
Yep.
Blade Runner. Have you seen Blade Runner?
Blade Runner. Give me a sec.
Not the latest one. Thank you,
not
Daryl.
the sequel.
Thank you, Daryl M, for the suggestion.
Yeah.
And basic trigonometry is right. Who the fuck is this guy?
Blade Runner. No, I don't think I've seen Blade Runner. No, I haven't.
That one, okay. So if you're not a sci-fi nerd, then you wouldn't have seen Blade Runner because it wasn't popular when it came out.
Have you seen Anger Management?
Yeah, I love Anger Management.
Okay. That was fucking hilarious. How about
the anger sharks are swimming in my head? You gotta dunk that shit.
Quest for Fire? No, I haven't seen that.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, I love that movie.
The Green Mile.
Okay.
Yeah, another movie I absolutely love. John Coffey.
No, and the George said he's never seen a horror film in his life.
But you've seen The Shining, right?
Nope.
Really?
I can name off a dozen horror films. He hasn't seen any of them. You realize how fucked up this kid would be if I tried to put him on my show?
Try me.
Oh,
Try
man,
me with horror movie. I might have. Oh, I saw Wrong Turn.
Okay, that's kind of a horror movie.
Well, I mean, it's cannibalistic inbred psychos eating people.
Yeah.
Then it has like Elijah Dushku in it.
Yeah.
There we go. I've seen that.
Okay, you've seen one horror film.
Oh, I saw Paranormal Activity, the first one.
Okay. I can't get into the Paranormal Activity movies
video,
watching people's fucking home videos.
Yeah, and I was boring as shit. I've watched JL's last video he put out. That's a bit of a horror show.
Oh, speaking of horror show, what about A Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, I think I have seen that actually. Oh yeah, you're gonna laugh here. When I left high school, I actually studied film and television.
Wow.
I swear to God, I did a year of film and television production. And I think A Clockwork Orange may have come up at one stage.
Well, it is cool. So
yeah,
sure. Craft Tequila says
Lake Placid.
Wrong Turn isn't horror. It's fucking hilarious.
That's true.
Daryl M. Unfortunately, you spelled cemetery wrong.
Oh,
golly, fucking
dinger!
I'm the English guy here, and I even let that one go. The fuck.
Anyway.
No, he spelled. He's saying the movie Pet Sematary. He spelled it wrong off the movie.
Cool story, bro. I haven't seen it though.
How about the Labyrinth?
Pan's Labyrinth, or how about Labyrinth?
Nope.
Neither one.
Yeah, he wouldn't have seen Pan's Labyrinth. That's more of a.
That's Del Toro.
More of a horror film.
Oh, hold on.
I know it's Del Toro.
I have an original DVD or video, a VHS of Pan's Labyrinth actually, but I haven't watched.
Yes, Theoretic. I have seen The Prestige. Was awesome. What about The Prestige?
Nope.
That's actually a good one. You should watch that.
Christian Bale, huge jacked man.
No, haven't seen that.
It's a really good one. It's got Tesla in it.
David Bowie.
Like as in
who played? Yeah,
David Bowie played Nikola Tesla in that film.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
David Bowie, and you can't. It does not look like David Bowie at all.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Clive Wells says anything by Hammer, like
he wouldn't know what a Hammer. He wouldn't know what a Hammer film is.
No.
As in like MC Hammer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Can't touch this.
That made my brain hurt.
Yeah.
Flight of the Navigator. What about Flight of the Navigator?
I don't think so. Let me look it up.
That one's good. It's got Paul Rubens in it.
That was a good one.
Is it about airplanes?
No, it's not about airplanes.
Okay, then. No.
I think you would like Flight of the Navigator. Doctor Strangelove. That's another good one.
Nope.
It's about this kid who finds. It's about this kid who finds this alien spaceship that transports him. Was it 40 years or 25 years in the future?
Oh, that actually does sound like something I would like.
Yeah, and then he's got to take the spaceship to get back to where he came from. The Last Starfighter.
And the George said, "Yes, I have seen The Departed. It was a decent film.
You mean no? You mean The Departed?
The Departed.
Departed.
I have seen The Departed, and I was a fan of Jack Nicholson in that. Not so much Leo DiCaprio. Yep. I thought he was trying way too hard. Nope. And I thought it was. And I can't remember the last time I laughed so loud when Feel It when he comes in the room and just shoots Matt Damon in the fucking head.
Yep.
Then I actually laughed. It took me by surprise. It was just like he comes in wearing that stupid fucking jumpsuit. It just shoots him in the head.
Oh,
And
yeah.
drops it.
Yeah.
That shit was funny as fuck.
The Last Starfighter, I haven't seen it, but I remember it being mentioned, a book that I absolutely loved called Ready Player One. Hated the movie because it was nothing like the book, but somebody mentioned that book was based on The Last Starfighter, or like a similar storyline or whatever. But I don't know.
No, it was Last Starfighter was a guy pulled from Earth in order to go fight alien battles. That's more along the lines of
Armada.
No, fuck.
Yeah.
It's really like
it's more along the line. It's more along the lines of Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does sound very like Armada, though.
Here you go, Little Wolf. Love Night of the Living Dead, no other lines. Question: the Romero or the Savini one? Let me know in the chat.
It's not that I didn't like the Savini one because it was okay. I don't know. Something about it that didn't.
I don't know
if it's Tony Todd.
Well, Savini has a different approach. Obviously, Tony Todd is much different than the original actor who played Ben. But
Dwayne
Jones. I can't remember his last name. Dwayne Jones. So I thought Tony Todd was much more impressive. No, because for two reasons. One, it's in color, so it's a completely different experience when it's in color.
It really
instead of
is
black and white. And then, of course, Tony Todd has an imposing presence that Ben did not have. Ben had he was strong, but he was also he had an inviting presence. Tony Todd is intimidating, and he's big, and it's kind of like, but he doesn't have the inviting presence that Dwayne had, where Dwayne could be
That's
your
why
friend,
I
but he
didn't
could also
like
be your
Tony
leader.
Todd.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I didn't like Tony Todd in that role. Not because Tony Todd is a terrible actor. I just didn't. I don't know. He didn't fit that role the way that Dwayne Jones did. For me, anyways.
At the time, and to be honest, you may be right on that. I cannot think of another African American actor who could play the role at the time in 1990, who was in horror, was in horror like Tony Todd was. So
right, Tony Todd was definitely a good choice at the time, and had the movie came out, had that been the first time when Night of the Living Dead came out, then yeah, it would have been perfect. But I get just a comparison. Dwayne Jones definitely seemed to be a little more of the everyman, I guess. Yeah. Whereas Tony Todd does have that big presence, you know.
And that voice.
The Wraith, historical philosopher. The Wraith. You remember The Wraith with Charlie Sheen?
Yes, I do. Charlie Sheen.
Yep.
And Ron Howard's little brother, Clint Howard, or his older brother, Clint Howard. In that scene when he pops open the hood to look at his engine, and the shit's just floating there in the fucking chassis. It's like, what the shit?
Yep.
So, but yeah, I remember Charlie Sheen.
Irish Demon has no idea what we're talking about.
Charlie Sheen mowing down bikers, evil bikers, with his badass car.
Yep.
There are three car movies three car horror films. Obviously, The Car, Christine, and The Wraith. And
The Wraith, yeah.
And in
what's the one with the car where he puts like a passenger in the car and then crashes the car on purpose?
That would be Grind. That would be the first half of Grindhouse, or the second half of Grindhouse. Yeah. That was Death Proof.
So it was like a cage in the car, right?
Yeah, Grindhouse was a two film project. There was Planet Terror, which was the zombie one, and then there was Death Proof, which was Kurt Russell in his car. And it was car was a stunt car. So the only safe place to be in that car is in the driver's seat, because it's specifically designed to do crazy ass stunts. But if you're in the passenger seat, you're a dead person. So
you're fucked.
Yeah.
Well,
because it's made. Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive was terrible. The sad thing was that that was the first and only time that Stephen King has ever directed a film, and he said he would never ever direct another film again, because of the experience he had with the studio and dealing with the politics, and he'll just stick to writing stuff and producing. But him behind the wheel. I will admit there were some great moments in Maximum Overdrive. The steamroller going over the kid, or the the Coke machine, firing out sodas and killing the coach.
Wow. J.L. Warren 2020. There are some great moments, like when the steamroller went over the child, or went over the kid.
It just looks so funny. But overall, the acting in that movie was absolutely atrocious.
So you guys are like, proper, like movie buffs then, right? So I gotta ask you this, right?
Oh yeah.
You could say
arguably the best series of movies of all time. What about the Fast and the Furious? Number 68 is my favorite.
Fucking horrible. I hate the Fast
I just gotta say,
because
theoretic, I agree 100%. Armada would have been a way better movie than Ready Player One. I'll be right back. Just gotta go have a schmoke.
And Daryl M., worst Stephen King movie you said was The Running Man. I actually have to disagree. I say Maximum Overdrive is the worst because Running Man, at least we got unhinged Arnold Schwarzenegger. And unhinged Arnold Schwarzenegger is fucking hilarious to watch. The whole, I hope you save some room for my fist because I'm going to shove it in your stomach and rip out your goddamn spine. You get crazy fucking lines like that in his accent at the time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely hilarious. And plus, giant guys with chainsaws, fighting to the death. It's great shit.
The concept of the film was good. I think it is weird. Clive Wells.
wait, I didn't see it.
Hellraiser 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, so Little Wolf's Den brings up a good point talking about Lawnmower Man. Or he brings up a good film. Not a good film. He brings up an interesting film called Lawnmower Man. Which JL didn't know had nothing to do with the actual short story other than in title. And I don't mean that to say that JL is wrong.
No,
I just thought it was fun that I got to educate.
Hashtag JL was wrong.
No. I just thought it was cool that I got to actually inform you about something film because you are a fucking encyclopedia of movie knowledge, and I was able to say no, it's actually this, that, and the other. It's like cool whenever I can educate somebody who usually educates me on film stuff. That's feather in my cap.
Yes.
I don't think Demon.
It would have been very weird
to
adapt that story as it was for film. That would have been very, very strange.
Yes.
Yeah, how that one goes down. There is Craft Tequila. Thank you so much. Yes. Yep. Hashtag JL was wrong.
It happens from time to time.
I'm gonna do my best to turn this around and see that as a compliment because the only reason a hashtag would show up that JL was wrong is because JL is very rarely wrong. So historical philosopher says I'm wrong so seldomly that there has to be a hashtag for when I was. So there you go.
So historical philosopher says, really, Demon thinks the Fast and Furious are good movies. Shaking my head. I don't think so. I think he's just being funny. I thought the original Fast and Furious was pretty good. The original Fast and Furious was awesome, and it was a movie starring Keanu Reeves and coked out man himself. Patrick Swayze, and I'm thinking, oh man, now I lost his name. I can see his face all day long. Not Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Yes, but I'm talking about the Coke Man. $60,000 of washed up cocaine. You know who I'm talking about. He played Keys in Predator 2.
Oh yeah, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Golly, I can't forget. Yeah. That
Point Break. So
Point Break. Yeah. So Point Break is the original Fast and Furious. Anybody who ever seen Point Break, the 93, I think was when that movie came out. Am I right? 93 Point Break.
Good lord.
91. 1991.
91?
That's when that film came out. Yeah, 91. 1991. So if you look at Point Break 91 versus Fast and Furious, the plot is exactly the same.
Pretty much.
It is the same. Not pretty much. It is the exact.
Cop infiltrates, gang of thieves that like to do extreme sports.
Yes, and then not only that, it goes deeper. Gets the wrong, arrests the wrong gang. Everything about it, everything about the Fast and Furious, is just a retelling of the Point Break plot. Everything about it.
Oh, Clive Wells has doubled down. Hashtag JL is always wrong.
Oh shit!
Ouch.
Tina Jones. So, what does the L stand for then?
Loser.
Oh goddamn, dude.
Oh, jeez.
It was just left hanging there. I had to. Well, I'm getting drunk anyway.
Oh boy. Forrest Gump. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Of course I have not.
Have you seen it?
Wow.
Yeah, of course I haven't. I haven't.
I can't believe you
not
haven't seen
it.
Forrest Gump.
Of course I've seen
Can't believe
fucking
you haven't
Forrest
seen
Gump.
it. I mean, you never can tell with you. I asked if you saw, Christmas Vacation. You said no.
Well, is that Forrest Gump? No, it's fucking not.
No, it's Chevy Chase at his finest. Okay? Okay?
If
I also
Chevy
asked you if you
Chase
saw
walked into this
Caddyshack.
room right now, I wouldn't fucking know who it is.
Did you say of Chevy Chase?
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, have Alien X Gaming? Have you seen Apollo 13?
Oh, actually, I do know who that is. Have I seen Apollo 13? Have I, a space nerd, seen Apollo 13? No. Of course I have. For fuck's sake.
How about Ace Ventura?
Ace Ventura, like a glove.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so you know one line, but have you seen the fucking movie?
Of course I've seen the fucking movie. I love that movie.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about
actually. I'm masked.
Ernest? What about Ernest? What about Ernest Goes to Jail?
Yeah, I think I saw that when I was a kid.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Ernest Scared Stupid, yeah.
Maybe.
It's the one with the trolls.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have seen
Yeah,
those.
so and Castaway, what about Castaway?
Yep.
Ben-Hur? Go ahead and say no.
As in the new Ben-Hur? Like, came out a few years
Probably
ago?
the original.
As in the 1950s
Historical philosopher
one?
says the most overrated movie ever made, terrible movie, boring. Which movie was that, historical philosopher? What about Major Payne?
I think so.
That's you would like that one. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh,
He
yeah, I
ain't-
have seen
he
Major
ain't
Payne.
happy.
Is that Marlon Wayans or one of the
It was
Wayneses?
That's Damon Wayans.
Damon, yeah, I've seen
The
that.
funniest of the Wayans.
He's trying to tell he was trying to give that kid a pep talk not to be scared. He goes into a fucking Vietnam flashback.
And his Bubba's legs just kicking around the nubs. Yeah.
The Godfather, yes. The Omen, no. Dirty Harry, yes. Forrest Gump, yes.
So Forrest Gump, yes, historical philosopher does not like Forrest Gump.
Ah.
I
That's not a
enjoyed
popular
Forrest Gump.
opinion.
I thought it was
What?
interesting.
That's a good movie. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Gavilar the Hand is Odd. Yes. Road to Perdition. Excellent film.
That was a slow burn of a movie.
Sure.
Yeah. Gosh, if Heckfire would like a link to the new Beardsmen channel, please.
Oh, here we go. Boom,
Drop that in
boom.
there.
There
You
you
know what?
are.
I'm gonna take a moment since this is the last one that we're doing when we're doing independent channels and it's on my channel. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
take
bring
a
something up.
moment.
I had a conversation with Johnny and with PhD.
Is it like a Vito Mortensen moment in Young Guns 2?
No. This is I am
Sorry,
I
JL.
mean,
sorry.
I'm
go ahead.
engaging the chat to get an opinion here because it's I'm gonna go a little vulnerable on this one. So and just like in the chat, I had a chat with Johnny and I had a chat with PhD Tony very briefly, and of course Irish fucked off. This is what Irish does. But okay, so the whole thing, you can tell I'm about to get a little personal on this one. So, get joking and I get ribbing each other, and that's cool. I totally understand it. I have a personal issue myself, and it's a very bad habit that I've been trying to break for the long time, and it has been something I've dealt with, and that is taking things extremely personally. Now, when I was much younger, I used to take things very, very personally, and I would flip out at the slightest, slight again. If I imagine that I'd been like slighted or like this, I would just jump on it. And I had a lot of problems when I was a kid. Got into a lot of trouble because of it. Now, I'm 40 years old. I think I've outgrown that. I don't run around starting fights or punching people who've looked at me wrong, but it is instead as I've gotten older, it has turned inward, and I begin to self-critique. And I'm kind of curious, and it gets me to the point where if I see it enough, that I'll start critiquing. I'll start questioning myself to the point do I know what I'm talking about? Am I actually wrong on these things? Do people know things that I don't know? Am I just a fraud? Am I just an imposter? And I was curious because I realized that joking is joking, but because there is a hint of truth in joking, that's what makes the joke funny. Is truth inspires the joke, and then we're able to laugh at it. But because that kernel of truth is there, that means that the kernel of truth is that I am wrong. And the more I hear it, the more it just kind of like ingrains. It's like I could be, because I'm a self-questioning guy. I don't have a very high opinion of myself. I never really have. And so I will question myself. I'll get to the point where I question myself to where I won't do anything. Where I'll literally, instead of working on the shit I'm supposed to be working on, I'll just sit on my computer and play WoW or watch TV and just waste time. So
maybe what you need to do is stop thinking of wrong as being a negative thing.
This is true. But when it's said in a joking fashion, as someone can tell me I'm wrong, like you have told me that I am wrong in the past, and I got no problem being told that I'm wrong. But when it's the recurrent theme, is what it is. Now, it's nothing wrong with the joke tellers. The people making the joke are fine, and I don't want these people to change. I don't want any of them to change. The issue is on my end when my own lack of self-esteem, my own very low opinion of myself, triggers me to self-critique to the point that I just paralyze. Like paralyzing self-critique is what it has turned into. Because I realize it's all just me, and it has nothing to do with what anybody else is doing. But that happens on occasion. I was curious, and I ran into this. I recognized it. I know what it is, and I was wondering how many people out there do we know in our community, in the chat, that deal with this very same thing. That even though they know it's not coming from a malicious place, it's not coming from a dark place, it's not coming from an insulting place. It's coming from friends, from people that we know, that we see every day, that we trust. But it's still. You start looking inwards. You start self-critiquing to a detrimental degree. I'm curious if anybody else deals with that, or if this is kind of unique to. I doubt it's unique to me, but I'm sure there are people out there. But I'm wondering if anybody in the chat talks about that. And of course,
do you mind if I take a swing at this one?
Basic trigonometry. Yes, Jail is wrong about this. Okay, so I'm wrong about that too. Apparently.
Oh. Okay, do you mind if I take a swing at this one?
Go for it. I've rambled on enough, so.
No, you're good. You're good. So, yeah, self-doubt is a normal thing, like Theoretic says. There has to be that element of self. If you never doubted yourself, you would be a flat earther, okay? I mean, let's be honest, right?
True.
So there's nothing wrong with having self-doubt, and there's nothing wrong with feeling like, hey, maybe this, that, or the other when people make these kind of jokes. But there comes a point in time where you look at that critique, even if it's not meant as a joke, or even if somebody is genuinely critiquing whatever, you look at it, you look at the source, and you think about what does that mean to me, right? So what I'm hearing from you is that you're looking at wrong as a negative thing. And a lot of people, I mean, again, part of the education system that both you and I grew up in, we weren't encouraged to be wrong. It was, you must get the right answer, right? That was it. If you didn't get the right answer, you're wrong, and wrong is a bad thing because you got lower grades, or you were encouraged not. So we were encouraged to not try for fear of being wrong.
True.
That being said, right? I mean, that's just kind of the education system that we grew up in. That being said, that sown a lot of seeds of doubt in us. Like, well, we better not put it out there. And if we do put it out there, and it comes back as wrong, well, shit. Now we kind of slope back a little bit. It's actually good to be wrong, and it's good to be called out when you are wrong, because, man,
now that I'm sitting here, now that I'm sitting here analyzing it, I think possibly, and I think what Crafty Kilo, what Anna George said, historical philosopher, is possibly a bit of imposter syndrome, and it's entirely possible. I feel like I've dealt with it before. I think it's also a matter of fact that it's the fact that it's where it comes from, because I have such tremendous respect for so many people in this community that we have, and I love all so much. Their support is what keeps us all afloat, and the fact that they show up, they listen to us, they listen to me yammer on like I am right now, like about fucking pointless shit. I hold the individuals in such high esteem that I take what they say with much more gravity than I would say if this was fucking JM or some flat earther just flapping their fucking gums, or some bitch who won't be named. I take that with a grain of salt. I take that with a grain of salt. What the fuck ever.
I wonder who he's talking about.
Bitches be tricked. But
whoa.
But ultimately, the people that we have here are so phenomenal in their support of us, in their love for us, in all things. When we're being funny, when we're being serious, and they engage with us, and I love them all so much that I do take what they say, even if it's in joking. I think I analyze it a little bit more. I don't just kind of like whatever, I can cast it off. I look into what they're saying, and I think it's a vicious cycle that I kind of like end up chewing myself up over.
But again, looking into what they're saying by telling you that you're wrong about this, that, and the other, right? Let's say Clive Wells, right? So if I start talking about chaos theory and nonlinear equations, and I make an egregious error, and Clive Wells says, "No, Johnny, you're wrong." Okay, cool. Why am I wrong? And then I'll go back and look at the reason why I was wrong and correct that. You know what I mean? And I would definitely take a listen to what Clive Wells had to say, because that's more in line with his area of expertise than it is with mine. So there's nothing wrong inherently. There's nothing bad or negative when these people whom we hold in high esteem, who we do look up to when it comes to their knowledge of whatever. In the same way, like if Clive Wells were to say, if I were to catch Clive Wells in an incorrect something about string theory or set theory or whatever, and I was Clive, I got you, you know what I mean? It's like that personal little bit of triumph. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got Clive Wells, ha ha ha. You should look at, especially in that situation, you should look at that as like a badge of honor, because here we are. It's such a thing for us to catch you when you're not right, because you usually are.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Also to Little Wolf's Den, thank you. I appreciate that. And actually to Clive Wells, when you said you were not your online persona, Jail Warren, and especially jokey interactions with people's online persona do not constitute a detailed analysis of their value. People are so much more than that. To be fair, this is my persona. I actually don't create an image. I never wanted to create an image of myself solely online. So like this how you see me right now in front of this camera, this is how I am in the street. This is how I am. I'm with a little bit more decorum at work. When I'm not around my bosses, I'm pretty much the exact same way. But this is me. And I wanted to make sure that it was that. I didn't want people when I first started doing this, when I first got the inspiration from Prime Red to take the dive and do a channel. The one thing I swore to myself is I would not be a caricature of anything. That I would be me. That what you see is what you get, and I'm going to play it like planes, trains, and automobiles. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's just the way it is. My wife likes me. My my residents like me. I like me, but in the end, I wanted to be as real as humanly possible and give this is it. This is what you get. If you met me in real life, it's exactly the same. So take that for what it's worth. But
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Jim's mind, there is nothing wrong with a bit of WoW. It is fun. I've been playing it for 16 years, so I must like it. And Crafty Keeler.
And I think it's.
She said we spend so much of our lives being treated like dirt. We begin to believe it. That is a hard cycle to break, especially when it comes from friends or people that we esteem. And it is a difficult mindset to break oneself out of. And that's one thing I want to stress. I want to stress this so much. It is not anybody in the chat. It is simply my failings, both emotionally and psychologically. It is my
See, stop you right there. I need you to stop you right there.
No, it's my defensive reaction.
Well, no, hang on a second, because the thing is you're looking at your faults as a failing, and it's not a failing. It's part of who you are, character flaws, if you will, whatever. You know what I mean? It's part of who you are, and to look at that in such a negative way, right? So you're already starting on the wrong foot, right? Oh man, I take a lot of this stuff personally. But that's who I am as a person. Okay, cool. So how can I alter or see this as not a negative? How can I use this in a more positive way? People, you know what I mean? I feel like you're too busy beating yourself up, which is ultimately the circle or the problem that you find yourself in, right? Even when you're saying, hey, look, this is all on me, not on you, chat. You're beating yourself up, which is part of the problem. Stop beating yourself up. That's where it starts. You got to stop beating yourself up. Let everybody else beat you up, but don't help them out.
But
you know what I mean? I'm being serious.
They want to see it. Now, I hope one day. Obviously, I'm much better than the way I used to be. I used to be very antagonistic, very, very insecure, very intense, and I would, if anybody cast me a sideways glance, either they were going to the hospital or I was going to jail. Was one of the two. Now, I have grown up. That was over 20 years ago, the way I used to be. My wife, Angela, I owe her so much because she has helped me to look at life differently and look at myself differently, accept things about myself, and there's just those. I would say it's the remnants of decades and decades of just being needled at, and you do get that mindset, like Crafty Kiva mentioned. You do get that kind of underlying current of I am worthless, or I'm not worth as much as I would like to be thought of, or not as worth. I may put on an air, but I know it's really bullshit. And the big thing is that with people like that, people we have in the chat with Basic Trigonometry, with Craft Tequila, Irish, PhD Tony, everybody here, Little Wolf, Jeff Roberts. I could have possibly named every single you. Clive Wells. I'll try to name every single one of you, but your guys' support helps keep me afloat. It really does. Even Jessica G, and she's not here right now. Whew! I'd be catching shit for this one. I really would. But even Jessica G, because one thing that Jessica G does is she keeps me fucking honest. She really does, and that's a good thing to have. And it's with all of you guys, all of your support, and all of your effort, all of your powers combined, that I am kept afloat, and I am kept honest, and I do self-critique, as much, probably too much, but it's important to self-critique. So there's a pro and a con.
Right.
I need to get past. Right. I need to get past the hurdle of my own bullshit, and that's what the goal is someday. Is to maybe I'll get over this hurdle. But I don't blame anybody.
No, again, stop it. Not maybe I'll get over this hurdle. Okay, I'm going to go Yoda on you. There's no try on this one here. You will get over the hurdle, okay? That's the mindset you have to have. I will get over this hurdle. I will conquer what I believe to be whatever. Because you're one of the most genuine people that I've met. And that is important. That you are a genuine person. Irish Demon is just Irish Demon, whatever, no big deal. They're passing out.
Pretty much.
This is pretty much like what you see right now with Irish Demon is pretty much his contribution to the conversation I had with Johnny O earlier.
Yep.
Look at that pansy boy. I'm gonna have a beer over here while he cries his fucking guts out.
Yeah, I was just sitting here like, when did I walk onto the set of Loose Women over here? I was like, what the fuck? Have we crossed lines here? Nah, what the fuck we did. No, like all shit aside though, I do hold you in very high regard. I always say Johnny O, not so much, but like, you know, I know, but I know what you're talking about. I think it is one of those things, but as time goes by with things like this, especially with what we do, putting ourselves out there, and you do get flack. And I remember at the very start when I started making videos first, if I got a dislike or whatever, I'd be like, what the fuck did I do wrong? I'd go back over my video, try to figure out who did I piss off. And then I had a great conversation with Team Skeptic, and we talked for quite a while about it, and it made me realize that, you know what, you can't keep everybody happy all the time. There's always going to be people who disagree with you, and that's what pushed me to start covering like current affairs and stuff, because before I was kind of afraid, but what if certain people don't have the same political view or don't agree with this? And I'm like, fuck them. If they don't agree, they don't agree. That's fine. And that's why I always say to people, you know, tell me down below why you disagree with me. Let's talk about it. And so it gave me that strength to just go, you know what, I'm going to get dislikes. Fuck them. Just I'll do me. If they can't see beyond their own nose, then I don't want them here. That's just the way it is for me. So I just was like, yeah, I don't even care if I get dislikes or whatever anymore. Whereas at the start, it would freak me out. I would have been stressing about it. But I could have 100 likes and 1 dislike, and I'd be like, what the fuck? What, you know, why did that person not like the video? Or, yeah. And I'm like, well, actually, hold on. What about the 100 people that did like it? You know what I mean? So fuck everyone else.
Perspective, right? So our favorite flurf word, perspective. We got to keep real perspective of, So where we have this, I don't know, I guess as entertainers, we have this tendency to focus on what we did wrong and not so much what we did right. But I think that might be, again, that might be indicative of what it means to be an entertainer, because at the end of the day, we want to entertain people, make them happy, make them laugh, make them think, make them whatever. And that, you know, again, like you talked about, the 100 people that we did all those things to, we're like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But it's that one guy or those 2 guys. Well, what did I do wrong here? How can I make them happy? How I can make them laugh? Yeah, getting over that hurdle, thinking that not everybody's going to, you know, appreciate my sense of humor or what I have to say politically or whatever. So there you go.
I disagree.
My wife disagrees all the time, though, so I get used to it.
It's not an entertainer thing. It's a person thing.
She says it's not an entertainer thing. It's a person thing.
The need to please people.
Yeah.
The need to please people. So, yeah, I would agree with that. Anyway. Yeah. This
Bomb
is a long,
dropped.
awkward silence that happens.
No, I don't think that was awkward. I think it was a cleansing silence.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cleansing. Yep. Long cleansing silence.
Those are good.
I made it awkward.
All right.
I just wish I had a fart for that silence. That would have been golden. But, you know, usually I've got one in the chamber ready to go, but it just, it cleansed me.
like a bottle of Drano.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It'll
all right, I think it is time.
But leave you hollow inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know when you get
Naked Gun.
Naked
Gun, by the way. Frank Drebin.
I call it the void pain when especially when you get particularly backed up, and next thing the whole world falls out your ass, and you get void pain. It's like when you get a really bad head cold, and then you get that blood nose, and it all drains out, and you get that empty pain.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the only one here that knows what I'm talking about, and I kind of regret saying that now. But yeah, whatever.
No.
Fuck you all.
Yeah, no.
But I mean that in a nice way, of course.
The truth hurts, doesn't it, Habsburg? Yeah. Sure, not as much as jumping onto a bicycle with the seat missing, but it hurts.
How do you ride a bicycle with no seat on it? Very carefully.
Oh, very carefully.
Old Irish joke.
Jesus.
Very old.
All right.
Anyway, I gotta get out of here because it's a 1,000,000 o'clock and I'm up in 5 hours. So.
Yep, it is. It is 10 10 o'clock here. This is more like it. This is ending it here. Yeah, we will. Thank you guys, for everyone out there, for listening. I do appreciate it. Let's go through these guys. Johnny O, what you got going on?
Oh, I got the same old stuff going on. Unpopular Opinions comes out tomorrow. I'm working on a dingleberry that I think everybody can agree is a real dingleberry. It needs to be picked off and flung in the trash. But Team Skeptic is working on the same dingleberry, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna work that. We'll see.
I think I'm working on the same dingleberry.
We might be. You know what? Maybe we should just tell, or not tell.
Just that. Hold on, no. Before we do, does that dingleberry eat a specific type of thing and not other specific types of things? No.
Could you be a little more specific?
No. Hold on, I'll send it to you in the chat because maybe we're talking about two totally different things.
It's possible. Send it to me.
Okay, it's in the chat right now. It's in the OBS chat.
The OBS
JL,
chat.
that's not a vape, it's a pen.
I know it's a fucking pen.
Oh yeah, it's just because you
you Drongo Wombat.
I was doing a live stream the other day. No. Rando. Okay, different person.
Different person.
Okay, good. All right.
I thought about doing that one as well, but yeah.
Hands off my content.
Hey.
I'm kidding. Jesus, Murphy.
No, I know.
It's actually that's the thing.
For fuck's sake.
We've had this chat with the team before, and it is true actually. Somebody, I won't say their name because it was a long time ago, and it's all said and done. We haven't talked since, but anyway, no big deal. We both covered, myself and this other person, both covered the same topic one day because it was a big thing that happened in the flat Earth world right back at the start. And the person got super shitty with me over covering the exact same thing, even though we put out our videos within like a half an hour of each other. So it wasn't like I copied them or anything. And but it's actually better for the algorithm if creators cover the same content essentially, just with their own spin on it. It is actually better for the algorithm, so that guy can eat me. But yeah, anyway, that's a story for another time.
It is. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I want to, I don't know, push my schedule a little bit to be more in line because team generally runs his on Monday, Tuesday. So, but mine doesn't come out till Friday, so I'm not sure if that's too long of a gap.
Good question. I'm not sure
to fit in with that algorithm. So I don't know. Team and I, we're talking about it. We're figuring it out.
Awesome.
So anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what I got coming up. And of course, I've got the quickies with Johnny O on Wednesdays. And then Jail, we're doing the Weekend Horror this week, yes? On Thursday?
Yes, we are. Alex, unfortunately, for those who don't know, Alex and his entire family are out with COVID-19. His kids picked it up in Arizona and they brought it back to Texas. And so him, his pregnant wife, all three of their kids are all down with it currently. Last I checked, he could barely get out of bed. So Johnny will be covering. Well, actually, not really covering anymore. Johnny will be filling in for Alex because Johnny is the fourth member of the Weekend Horror family. That's why he's on the shirt.
I gotta say, I gotta earn my shirt duties.
So Johnny will be on the show this week, and it's going to be a really, 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 really good one. And of course, we're also doing the Bloodbath this week as well. The Bloodbath we have is Buffy versus Blade.
Interesting.
I haven't seen either of them.
This should be interesting.
You've not seen Blade?
Blade what?
You ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Blade.
No. I saw another version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but it's not something that you can put on the internet.
You mean Buffy the Vampire? You mean Buffy the Vampire Lair?
Let's just. Yeah. Oh my God! Yes. Like, did you just make that up? Did you just make that up?
No, that's well known.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
yeah. There's another one called Muffy, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, that is the one I was talking about. Weirdly enough, I remember that from when I was like 16 and I stole it from my friend's dad or some shit. But
that's funny.
Yeah, that is precisely the movie I'm talking about, and
Little
it is awesome.
Right. Oh my God, get out, demon!
It's hey, look, what can I do? You guys should bring me on the Weekend Horror one day, Send me away with fucking 2 horror movies that are on Netflix that I can watch, and I'll report back. My
Well,
He'll
findings.
come back fucking wide-eyed and
like, what did dude?
Gray hair.
You show up a week in horror. I am going full. I'm going full Korean horror on you. I'm going K horror, J horror on your ass.
no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do Korean horror.
Actually, hold on a sec.
You're gonna be watching Audition. You'll be watching Happiness of the Kataguris. You're gonna be watching Citizen X.
I think I have seen a Korean horror movie.
Ichi the Killer.
I think. There's one with a guy with a beard that goes all off to the side. It's a Korean movie. I think it's a horror movie. This is a long time ago though. But anyway, yeah, let's do it. You just tell me what's on Netflix that I can watch.
It'll be the Johnny. I'll bring them on. We're doing nothing but the classic Universal shit, like House of Dracula, The Wolfman.
Oh yeah. That would actually be a really cool JL. That would be a really cool episode, like an additional episode, like a supplement episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea for the weekend horror. Like you could do that, like the Universal, the classic Universal pictures, and then you know what I mean, like the classic '80s slashers and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? As like the supplemental ones.
It's so funny because on this past episode we covered House of Dracula, which was Lon Chaney's last appearance as the Wolfman, and then we also and in the same episode we covered the Wolfman, which was Lon Chaney's first appearance as the Wolfman. So it actually had both of those in there, which is pretty neat. Because Universal
I've got to go to bed before you start talking about fucking horror movies.
Go for it. So, Johnny, do you have anything else?
That's it. That's why I sent it on. Irish Demon, go ahead.
For me, at the moment, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm not leaving flat Earth stuff completely or conspiracy stuff completely, but I am definitely changing track a little bit because I just feel like the flat Earth stuff's been done to death. It's just the same shit over and over again. And honestly, I'm sick of seeing it come up on Facebook, all these stupid flat Earth memes. It's just for me, it's gone really stale. And I think there's so much more important stuff to talk about out there. People are not going to like a lot of what I have coming up. And that's fine. That's okay. But you just got to wait and see, I guess. Mostly going to be kind of current affairs stuff, my thoughts on things. And I'm also going to be looking at some, doing maybe a once a week show talking about some cold cases. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys or not. I might actually be quitting doing psychology and switching back to law. I did law for a year. And I kind of feel like that's more where my talents lie is as a lawyer. So I'm switching back to doing law. And I'm going to do an episode once a week about cold cases or famous murder cases and things like that. So that's coming up. And I'm going to try to get into a new schedule, and then I'm going to try have my weekly podcast. Just trying to get people arranged for that. So that'll just be general chat about different things, and then of course my big project that's in my mind right now and something I'm already working on is getting the 4 Beardsmen to Ireland, filming a proper series and taking it from there. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
So you quit psychology. You quit psychology because you got to the Freud section. It got a little too personal.
It got a little bit personal. Like no, you know what it is for me. I think my issue with psychology is that it is of course a science and all the rest of it, but it's a bit it's really hard to explain for me. But psychology is extremely nuanced. I always say this because it drives me fucking insane when people say, "Oh, Nathan Thompson meets all the criteria for a psychopath." No, Nathan Thompson meets some of the outward criteria for a psychopath. If he didn't have those traits before he was 12 years old, for example, he can't be a psychopath. If he happens to have bipolar or schizophrenia, he can't be a psychopath, etc., etc. So that kind of stuff just annoyed the shit out of me. And then I was speaking to some lawyer friends, and they were like, "God, I can't believe you're not going to be a lawyer," because I can argue shit that I know nothing about for days. And so I think I think my calling has always been something along those lines. And so yeah, I'm thinking pretty much sure I'm going to go back the route of doing law. It's just something I love anyway. So Yeah.
Okay, Irish, are you familiar with the content creator Shannon Q?
That name rings a bell, actually.
Shannon Q. I think is working towards her doctorate, but she has her master's in psychology.
Yeah. I think I have heard of that.
I strongly recommend you go and check out her stuff. She is top fucking notch.
I definitely will.
Cool. Anything else for you?
That's everything, pretty much. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we got the usual stuff going on over Week in Horror. Obviously, Johnny O is going to be on the show this week, so that episode is going to be live. We are going to be live Wednesday, Wednesday, December 9th. You have my promise on that. 8 p.m. Week in Horror channel. You can see all three of us just kicking ass, taking names. It's going to be a blast. We're going to do a little giveaway there. We're going to have some trivia going on, and we're going to talk about fucking horror movies. We may not do a whole ton of super audience interaction because we want the show to last around 2 hours. But we'll definitely have the chat going, and we'll be able to, see your answers and stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. We hope it'll be fun. Should be cool. Also coming up, we have later today. Today I will be on Team Skeptics channel. I will be debating theism versus atheism at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time (CST) against Rad Vlad, who apparently was looking for an atheist interlocutor, and team. Through me. So he's going to get me, and we're going to, I don't know how that's going to go. I've seen his Flat Earth debates. I'm curious how this is going to play out. So, but it should be fun. Should be a good time. So check that out, team. It'll be on Team's channel later this afternoon. And then, of course, Master Debaters on the Plot Hole on the 26th. But before that, the Plot Hole Christmas special will be on the 18th of this month. So that should be a lot of fun. The next 4 Beardsmen of the Apocalypse, I was the last one independent, so we will be on the new dedicated channel, which the link is in there in the chat multiple times, so I'm sure you can find it. Yes, Plot Hole, Johnny just put that up, sub to the Beardsmen here, and then we will be on that 7:15, 7:30ish, whatever, on the 13th is where we're going to be. So other than that, oh yes, and my the Darth Dawkins deconstruction video I'm working on is almost done, slowly but surely. So part of that mental shit that I was going through was kind of delaying that vid, but it's almost done. So we'll get there. You'll see when it pops up. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So thank you all for coming out.